Hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. So we are having a look at the latest Nintendo 64 core, which is a test build because Robert Pape, the developer, he always puts out those test builds. So absolutely awesome stuff, right? So we are going to test that out, right? So I hope everyone's had a good Sunday. A big confession to make here, man. My sister come around and I had like a big meal. We got takeaway, we got pizza. I didn't stuff myself or anything, right? But like the dessert was a cheesecake, man. I ate that and I feel super stuffed, man. So before we begin, let's have a quick look at the notes. Let me bring them up on screen now. So what we've got here, RDP. So the RDP, fix 2-pass alpha, ignore to use correct step. For example, Mario Golf, Ocarina of Time, particles, and RDP, fix LOD tile delay, all game using LOD most noticeable in Mario Tennis and Pilot Wing. So that's why I thought I'd start with Mario Tennis, and then RDP LOD clamp from ST is now using the correct signal, and that's thanks to Paulb-nl. Big shout out to Robert Pape, the developer of this core, and also Paulb-nl for the amazing work he does. He brought us the excellent Neo Geo CD core. And he's helped Robert with some stuff. I think I was just on the Discord and Robert was saying that Paulb just pops out of nowhere, finds an issue, but also gives you the answer to that issue. You know, here's a problem. There's nothing greater than when you have a problem and someone says, you know what, here's an issue, here's a problem, here's the solution, right? Because anyone can tell you a problem. It's the solution that you guys want. Now, I really like Mario Tennis. Not a game that I've played immense or a great amount, but I do like the games. I feel like they're very good tennis games. In fact, I was playing 2-player on the Switch version just the other day because my kid wanted to play it, and we played like, you know, on the Switch where you do local multiplayer. So that's what we've done. So we'll have a quick look at Mario Tennis. Now guys, if you want to get any requests in, just write them in block capitals, single only, and we can have a look at those requests. So again, Mario Tennis, it's going to be difficult to notice with everything running, but if you have a look at the thumbnail, you have a look at like Robert's tweet, you can see that oh, I want to go easy. Right, we can see Robert points out details on the core where you've got some fuzzy lines and whatnot, and in the latest update they're gone. So I haven't done an N64 stream for some time now, so I thought, you know what, now's a good time as any. I wanted to do a stream tonight, play some stuff out, test some stuff out, and I thought this was a good opportunity to do it. Wow. Okay, seriously, how good are the Mario Tennis games, right? I put it on easy, so I should win quite easily. So guys, if you want a request, then just let me know down below in the comments. Like, this core has just come a long way, guys. It's absolutely amazing, you know, where we are with this core, right? It's from what we had initially. Yeah, from like, I remember racing Mario Kart around. I mean, it would be worth actually revisiting an earlier version of the core. Maybe just go and grab one where we were racing Mario Kart as black shapes going around the map, and then slowly everything just started to come together. But it's absolutely awesome. Yo, who is that? Sorry, I'll have a look at that after this shot. All right. Yo, okay. Yo, Mini Cooper, haha, wicked. This game, do you know what? Tennis games generally can be quite tricky. I was watching my kid play the one on the Switch. He's really good at it. I mean, he's completed the most part. He's just got like a couple of little bits to go. Also, Mini Cooper, if there's a game that you want to see, hopefully the stream will get busier, but there's only a few people on at the moment, 7 concurrent viewers right now from what I can tell from my stats, but we can run a game. But what we can do, I tried getting some ROM hacks working, but I didn't have time to patch them, so hoping to find like the complete package. But I do like some of these in here, and I think for Smash Remix, so previously we done 1.4, but version 1.5 is out now, which I think is a very good version of Smash Brothers. Okay, so Dwan, hey Dwan, how you doing? Org Battle 64, person of lordly caliber, fantastic game, not on Switch Online yet. Okay, but it is on the Wii U. Okay, we can give Org Battle a go. Is that like a turn-based strategy game, or is that an RPG? I can't remember. It could be something completely different. I could be completely wrong. Now this is as great as ROM hacks come. Now I'm not really a Smash Brothers fan, but I can appreciate it. And I think the reason I don't like Smash Bros. Is because it's predominantly played on the analog stick. I know on this core we can actually swap the analog stick and the D-pad over. I just never really got into the game. But wow, look at this, man. This is on the N64, something that only had like 8 or 10 characters, a very small amount of characters. We've got a massive amount of characters in it, including characters like Sonic. Just look really good. And what's that? Is that Dark Samus, man? We've got Dark Samus in here as well. I mean, the characters are superb on this. So if this is something that you got earlier, you may want to update it, because there is a new version out. It came out this month, so this is the 2024 update. So, oh wow, okay. So you can actually have like variations of the character. Very interesting. So Marina, if I'm guessing correctly, is out of that what's that game called? Mischief Makers, that's it. Wow, Dr. Mario. Let's see if we can oh wow, okay, so you've got like a metallic version of all the characters. That's super interesting. So you can have like the metallic or the shinies, right? Metal Mario. Okay, that's interesting. Look, another character there, right? So there's I wonder if Link will turn into young Link. No, so just Poly Link. Okay, cool. What have we got here? Samus, Poly Samus. Okay, Ganondorf. Wow, this is interesting. We'll give this a quick blast, guys. If you're just tuning in, if you want your request, just as I normally say, write it in block capitals. Let's pick a character. We go Conker. Let's go Conker, right? Let's go Conker, because Conker's Third Day is one of those games, right? That was unique on the system, like a very adult-based game for a system that was predominantly made for kids. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. It's Sunday evening over here. It's just 6 minutes past 5 on a Sunday evening, right? But oh, I like how his thing floats, right? Okay. Again, this is absolutely superb. Now, I really liked this at the time this came out for N64, but no one really wanted to play it with me. I kind of love the concept. I love the fact that you had, you know, characters out of Nintendo games that I really loved. I grew up playing it. I loved it, and it was on here, right? Okay, let's check. Okay, R. Okay, Z and R reset. Okay, that's interesting. No, oh, A, B, Z and R. Okay, interesting. I like that soft reset they've put in there. Let's have a look. Let's try another character, guys. If you want to see a game, remember just to hit me up in comments. Let me know what you guys want to see. Again, wishing you guys a happy Sunday, right? You might be earlier on in Sunday. Ooh, what's this? I need to remove it from my one. Okay, that's one of the characters. Is that I need the characters from Fire Emblem, quite possibly. We've got Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, Sheik that's from Xenoblade, right? We've got some representatives from Xenoblade Chronicles. Absolutely amazing. Tried getting into that game, played it a bit, wasn't able to get into it, even though it's great. I know I like Goemon, man. Like Goemon, Legend of Mystical Ninja is absolutely fantastic on the Super Nintendo. You know, one of the best games out there. So let's just go. Okay, we're gonna go fight Link again. Link's here at the beginning again. You guys, you want to try this out. So this is Smash Remix, the latest version 1.5.0. Guys, it's just really good. If you like Smash Brothers on the N64, this literally, imagine like the Nintendo one that we've got, right? You can buy DLC for it, right? You got lots of DLC characters, like Terry Bogard is one of the DLC characters in there. So this is like free DLC. You just, you know, patch your version of Smash Brothers, or you know, if you look around the internet, you can find a pre-patched version of this running around. Yo, Vampire, how you doing? Sheik is from Zelda, really? Sheik from Zelda. All right, okay, my bad. Xenoblade was 10+ years later. All right, okay, I didn't actually know that. Thank you for that. Okay, so PH, please test Banjo-Tooie. Okay, we have a first request. Guys, if you can keep any request to block capitals, it really will be appreciated, because if it gets a little busy in the chat, which it can sometimes, it stands out. The block capitals as a single message really does stand out. So let's go Banjo-Tooie. Now, don't expect any good gameplay in general, but don't expect good gameplay in 3D platformer games, man. I completely suck at them. I never evolved with them. Shulk, okay, that's what it is. Shulk is from Xenoblade. Cool, got ya. Thank you for the correction. Absolutely brilliant. Wicked. Chic. Cool. I still need to play what's the new one? Tears of the Kingdom. I've got it. I still haven't played it. I was thinking about actually streaming Prince of Persia The Lost Crown on the Switch today. But you know what, I really like to play Metroidvanias at like a slow pace. So let me start getting some written down. WrestleMania 2000, no problems, Mini Cooper, we can do that. I'm writing stuff down here. So, yep, here we go. Okay, let's go with this. Has it got a big long intro? It may well do. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja Stream. A big shout out to Robert Pape, the developer of this absolutely awesome core, and also a special shout out to anyone that's involved in helping. A big shout out to Vampire MSX, who's actually provided an excellent website with resources, a database that kind of configures the options, like a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people that help out on the scene and are behind the scenes. Paulb-nl, absolute great guy, gave us that excellent Neo Geo CD core, which wow, I absolutely love it, with that 4x speed, something that we can play near Samurai Showdown the RPG, the recent translation from Jeff, I forget Jeff's last name, but he's on Twitter as the Price of Reason. So we've got some awesome stuff to check out, and some awesome people that really do a lot of amazing work. Okay, sorry, okay, I thought we can start making the first games as perfect. Oh, I don't know when will the games be perfect? I mean, I'm pretty sure, Vampire, there's some games, yeah, the FAQ page, yeah, no worries, Vampire. So there's some games that would be perfect on here, right? There has to be. I mean, at least to me, some of the games I play feel really good. The only downside is I always play stuff without visual filters. And generally back in the day on a CRT, everything just looked a lot better. And I realized that when I went arcade yesterday, because in the arcade, as well as having like the old games like, you know, Street Fighter, they had some shmups in there. I mean, the arcade I went to, the main focus, the biggest crowd seemed to be around like the rhythm and the dance games. And it wasn't just like Dance Dance Revolution or Dance Mania, whatever the dance games are. I've never really played them, to be honest. I'd only embarrass myself. But they've got these other ones where you've got like a round circle and you're rotating stuff around there. They're definitely rhythm games, but they're rhythm games with a twist. And then they've got, what else have they've got? They've got like some other drum games. So they've got a whole bunch of really good interactive stuff in there. But one thing that I did notice there, and it stood out straight away, so even though Tekken, one of the Tekken games it had, it looked like a game running on like PlayStation arcade hardware, which I think is an accurate description of it. But man, you know, when you look at PlayStation stuff on like a new TV, it hasn't aged very well. But man, like whatever this Tekken was, Tekken 2 or 3, it definitely wasn't Tekken 1. There was too many characters when my kids were playing it on the character select screen. Guys, it looked wicked on a CRT. It really did look like a great game. And I remember back then the transition from 2D to 3D and having a look at stuff, and it just worked and looked really well on a CRT. I really think it wouldn't, but when I saw it in action, it did. A game that I saw on the arcade, I went to Free Play City, it had like Soul Edge there, but maybe the arcade machine, they changed it over one of the Tekken games. But Soul Edge is something I played in the arcade. Tekken I never really played in the arcade. But here we go, we got Banjo Tooie, man. This has got a big long intro, and a lot of this stuff you can't skip. I remember like with Mario, sorry, not Mario, Donkey Kong, you have to get in the options to select an option that lets you skip all, lets you skip like all the intros and everything. You know, you wouldn't think that in newer games you've got kind of the ones that I consider a bit badly designed is where you press a button and it skips it. I prefer the ones where when you press a button you get a prompt up saying keep the button held down and you'll skip the intro, which is, you know, it's a good option to have like that in case you do press a button by accident, which, let's face it, I often press a button by accident. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, happy to look at any requests. Honestly, I'm just chilling. I wanted to do an N64 stream because I haven't done one for a while. I saw Robert pushed an update like a few hours ago and I thought, you know, this is a good opportunity. I've got everything here. I had to do some work earlier. I did the work earlier with my sister, something we had to do together. So we did that, had a big fat munch, and now I've got some free time. I've got a few hours. I can actually let this run for, you know, between 2 and 3 hours even. We'll see how it goes. If I get too tired, because unfortunately I'm going to bed late and I'm waking up early these days, and then rather than going back to bed, yeah, I just get up and have a coffee and start the day, and I say to myself I'll go to bed early, but I still end up going to bed late. I should really go to bed. I should really go to bed at like 10 p.m. latest, right? But you know, I've got a day off work tomorrow. I want to live a little. What I've got to do tomorrow, I've got to take my car in to get the indicator stick thing changed because there's a little issue with it. So that's gonna take up like the morning, and then worst thing is I have to drop the car there, come back home and then go back up there later, and to walk it there it's about 45-50 minutes, or the best part of an hour. So they said the job will take around maybe 2 to 3 hours, so let's see how that goes. So guys, get your requests in. I've only got one so far, which is WrestleMania 2000, and I kind of want to get into the gameplay for this. Okay, oh, come on, let us into the game. We've waited long enough. Definitely waited a fair bit of time. I remember like one of my close friends, he absolutely loved this game. I remember like a board game he played with a witch. Can't remember if that was part 1 or part 2, but he finished it, man. 3D platformers was definitely his thing. He had like I can't remember if it was the Dr. 64 or whatever it was. It was like a disc drive thing that goes on top of it. The guy was a king of piracy, man. Like, you know, even when it came to like, you know what, I don't want to mod anything. I want to play stuff online and all the rest of it. The guy was just modding everything, man. The 360, everything you can mod, the guy will just get modded. Okay, spooky soundtrack. Gotta say, I do kind of like it. So, okay, when are we gonna get into the game? That's the important thing. Okay, we got some Dead or Alive jiggle physics going there. Okay, Sniper Mike UK. Superman will come on after WrestleMania. Not an issue. So we've been getting Saturn Core updates as well. We've been getting updates to this. Now, if anyone's into old arcade games, we've got yeah, we can do Jet Force Gemini. Yeah, if anyone's into old arcade games, Jimmy Stones has released a couple of games. One's called Carnival, one's called Pulsar, a little bit before my time, but I will check them out. So if you were to hit up there at all, you will get a couple of arcade games, but they're definitely games like way before my time, like a lot longer, way longer. Like Pac-Man was kind of before my time, before I started getting arcades and playing games. But man, that stuff there, it's really old. It's gonna be amazing for some people that kind of grew up playing that. Guys, I feel like I need to go to WrestleMania. Whoever requested Banjo-Tooie, guys, this is Banjo-Tooie. It's just not, hold on, unless we get into game right now, because I'm not paying attention. Oh, are we into game? Oh, we are into game. Here you go. I'm controlling it now. So Spiral Mountain. So I know, right, so what do you guys prefer in the comments, right? Because some people swear by the banjo games, Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, and some people say Mario 64 was the better one. I honestly don't know, because like I always say, 3D platformers weren't really my thing. In fact, I'd go, and you guys are probably gonna hate this, right? But I'd go as far as say my favorite 3D platformer that I really did enjoy was either Maximo, which was on the PS2. It was like Ghouls and Ghosts, the 3D version. I enjoyed that quite a bit. It was very difficult as well. And then what was the other one that I really liked? Oh, do I just jump up? Okay, can I jump up there? Okay, right, here we go. I'm in the water. The other one I really enjoyed, right, was one called Ratchet and Clank. Really enjoyed it on the PS2, and I should play some of the sequels. Even the newer ones look really good. What's that? I want to jump on that. He's got like a Mario type stomp. Okay, so I got you there, bud. Right, okay, guys. I suck at these. I'm not gonna do too many of them. Right, let's go. Our Sniper. Okay, Conquer. You know what? We can add Conquer to the list because that works now, right? So we can check that. I've got some ROM hacks as well. Not too many, but I do have some. So which one was it? It was WrestleMania 2000. So WrestleMania 2000, and let's go for the USA version, so we get a nice 60 Hertz version. Okay, so THQ made a lot of wrestling games back then, didn't they? They were the king of wrestling games, right? Do you know what, Mini Cooper? That's a good question. I don't think the CPU, Vampire, if you're still around, maybe you can jump in and answer this, but I don't think the CPU is overclocked in the normal core. I've got a separate version of the core, which is, let's have a look at it, and I've left it on there because every time I update the core, I had so many there at one point, I ended up deleting the older core. So I've got it here as N64 80. I know that one to be the one that's the clocked core, which gives you, it's experimental, it gives you extra frames and whatnot. I certainly hope Robert releases another version of the overclocked core, like an updated one, with all, let's say like an overclocked core was to come and it had all the additional visual features, everything additional that Robert has implemented into the core, but now we've got it on turbo as well. I mean, it's very, very likely that we may get something like that in the future, but for now I'm keeping the overclocked core on there because it is really, really good. Robert said not to report any bugs with it. It is just for fun. It is just something to experiment with. But you know what, I don't think any games crashed for me on that. I ran GoldenEye, I ran a few games on that. We saw the extra frame rate. I think I ran the ones that Robert specifically mentioned when he dropped the core, and maybe like a couple of others, and there was no issues. I didn't get any crashes, but I'm not one of those guys that's I'm not like I've got to send a big shout out to Insane Friend, because he's just amazing at N64 games. The guy finishes them, he finishes them quickly, finishes them in darkness, right? The guy is just amazing. So it's likely he will find errors and things where I won't find those, right? I won't find them. I'm a boring guy, right? Look, if you look at my controller, you're gonna see it's got a controller pack in there. Maybe that's the default. I usually just have the N64 pad there. That's it, just done. Ooh, okay, I'm hoping the exhibition lets us do like a computer versus computer match. Let's go cage match, right? WrestleMania. We've got WrestleMania. Watch, here we go. Nice. Watch is really, really good. Don't have to spank my buttons. Non-title match. Okay, cool. Right, so let's do Undertaker on one side. Is that okay? There is more. Mr. Ass. What is Mr. Ass? Is that a real wrestler? Ooh, Big Boss Man. Okay, I kind of preferred him when he had like the cop uniform on. Maybe that's like a newer one, right? Superstars 4. Let's try and find. Is there anyone here that's a little bit funky? Let's have a look. Okay, there's quite a bunch in here. Oh, okay. Let's put him against Deborah. Here you go, Deborah. You can fight the Undertaker. Deborah versus the Undertaker. And here we're gonna watch it. So, ladies and gents, get your calls in. Who do you think is gonna win? Is it gonna be Undertaker or is it gonna be Deborah? Now, I'm not familiar with Deborah, but back in the N64 days when this was cutting edge, she would have been a hottie, right? Yo, SNK Kev, how you doing, my bro? All good, man, all good. Hopefully you're having a good Sunday. I know it'll be earlier for you. I don't know how many hours behind you are. Over here it's 5:22. I imagine for you it's like maybe around midday or something, so I hope you're having a good Sunday. Everyone that's got Sundays off, I hope you're having a good Sunday off. When you have Sundays off, it's nice to spend Sunday with the families and chill. I've definitely done a little bit of that earlier, and this is the Pixel alone time, but it's not really alone time, right? Because I've got 22 of you guys here joining me on this stream. My money is on Deborah. Yeah, go Deborah. We don't want to see Undertaker win. Here we go. So Undertaker's stuck in a cage with Deborah. And at the moment, they're just kind of, he's trying to, did you see that? When that grapple, it looked like he was aiming for a specific part. I mean, she might win. She gave him a slap. That's really good. It's like, you're trying to grab my gazumbas, let me slap you up. Okay, how dare you hit a lady? But there's a lady in a cage trying to fight a wrestler. So we'll let this run for up until 2 minutes. The timer's currently on like 28. We'll let it run for up until 2 minutes before we'll go over to the next game, which I dread is a game called Superman. And guys, if you want to get any games, any requests in, just do it. Oh, 12:22. Oh, I kind of got it right then. So you're 5 hours behind this, and Kev. Nice. So yeah, get your requests in block capitals. If you just write them as a single entry, they'll stand out and I can see them. Really funny thing here, right? So like a bunch of my wife's sister, she lives in Italy, right? And she's got like 3 kids as well, exactly the same, like 1 girl, 2 boys. And when my boys found out that Italy the time is 1 hour ahead, like Central Europe is an hour ahead of UK, of Greenwich Mean Time, so they were asking their cousins, like, tell us what happens in the next hour. They literally thought it was the future. They thought they're 1 hour ahead, they know what's going to happen, everything there. So I had to kind of explain the concept of time zones to them. Right, is he trying to duck out, or is he trying to do some kind of move? She's rocking him down the cage. Okay. Okay, is that the... Right, is that the goal of a steel cage match where you have to get out of the cage? Whoever gets out of the cage wins. I imagine that's it, because can't usually see the Undertaker running. And he's back down. So next up, SNK Kev, we have Superman, and I think the last time I ran it, it wasn't fully working. So we had like shadows, we had things there. I've never run it since the game's been fully working. That's interesting. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm also playing this on a Nintendo 64 NSO controller. You know, the Nintendo Switch Online one. I know it's Bluetooth, and I'm not always into Bluetooth controllers. I prefer RF controllers. But as most of the games I play here are 3D, I don't really feel it too much. So I'm kind of all right with it. I'm all right with it. The 2D stuff, I need an RF or a wired controller. Right, let's go. A Superman. Okay. Oh, that's a beta. Was it always a beta? Was it? Okay, so what we've got here. Okay, so Superman, the new adventures. Right, okay. Here we go. And wow, it loads really fast. I remember it used to take quite a bit of time to load, and now it just pumps up and loads super quick. So Titus, do you remember that? When I was doing the Amiga stream on the Analog Pocket a couple of days ago, we looked at Lotus Turbo Spirit, or Lotus Spirit Turbo Racing, whatever it's called, and we were talking about, like, there was a Jaguar game, and as well as that there was the Titus game. So there was Jaguar and there was a Titus game, and there was an advert saying the Jag's a drag and you won't notice Lotus. ISS 98, no problem PH. ISS 98. Okay, guys, the things I do for streaming, right? I said I'll do all your requests, but this is not a pleasure to play. This is actually, I think this is one of the games Video Game Esoterica really likes. This is his dig, and he makes it sound like he was joking. He wasn't joking. He proper loved this game. He actually sits there with a bowl of kryptonite next to him, chomping on that while playing Superman.
There's no time to waste.
We got time to waste. This game is a waste of time. It makes no sense. Okay, wow, this has come a long way since I last played it. Last time you couldn't see the circles. It was darkness everywhere. You know what? As bad as anyone says this game is, the controls are alright. Oh, well, they were alright. They're not now, because I bumped into that bridge. Ah. Okay, everyone says this game is terrible, right? Why is it so terrible? You get to fly around like Superman. What happens? You do any fights? Are there any, you know, are there any like interesting kind of action bits where you're beating up the bad guys? Okay, are we getting up? Ah. Okay, that's definitely enough for Superman. What's next? Jet Force Gemini, which is a good game, and let's try and run that in widescreen. Hopefully it will come out the way I've kind of got it set. It might not. I've got the chat on the side, so I'm kind of expecting everything in 4:3 aspect ratio. But let's have a look. So let's go to J. Now I can't remember if you had to do a specific thing in order to get Jet Force Gemini to work, but we can run it. Let's have a look. I remember at one point it was crashing quite a bit. Yeah, we can do Pilot Wings. That's one of the games Robert actually mentioned in the release notes for this. One of the games that benefits from some of the visual effects. We can have a look at what Robert posted. Here you go. See one of the things here. Where is it? Where is it? Noticeable. Oh, here we go. So the middle one, RDP, fixed LOD, tile delay, all game using LOD, most noticeable in Mario Tennis and Pilot Wings. When I look at Mario Tennis at the beginning, but yeah, we can move on to Pilot Wings. I've added that to the list. Keep them coming, guys. Hopefully in block capital so I can see them out. Like PH done a great job. Like in all of that chat, International Superstar Soccer just stands out, and let's hope it works. I've gone to play. Right, do we need to do something in order to get this to work, or is this not working yet? I can't remember. We know all retail games boot, and this game does boot. I don't know if there's specific conditions or you need to get like a ROM hacked version of it for it to work, but at least that's as far as Jet Force Gemini goes for now. Unless there's I don't know. I don't know if there's something in the options. We can give it a reset, but it's unlikely it's going to work, guys. Which is a shame. This is okay. This is a game that came out, and I don't think I ever experienced this on the Nintendo 64 when it came out. I just remember it being one of those games that looked really, really good at the time for the system. It looked fantastic. I remember seeing it and thinking, yeah, you know, wow, like we are coming a long way. So let's go into options and see what's here. Very, very okay. So what we got here? Okay. Okay, so oh, okay, is that okay, right. So widescreen. Oh, sorry, widescreen is on now. Right, widescreen is on. I get a feeling it's gonna crash again. So, cool. Wicked. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's go into play, and I'm pretty sure it's going to crash again. Yeah. Okay, so this is one of those ones that hopefully will come and work later. Oh, we got Robert in the house. Oh, only EverDrive patch version of it works, but still freezes after a few minutes. Thank you very much, Robert. And guys, Robert, the developer of the core, is in the house, dude. Thank you very much. Really do appreciate your work. And I can't think of a better way of spending my Sunday night. And I don't lead a boring life. Actually, I lead an all right life. But you know, I've done all the family stuff today. I've done everything, and you know, my wife's cool as long as I deliver a certain amount. You know, maybe I've not set the bar too high, so but I've done some stuff today, and I was like, look, 5 p.m. till latest 8 p.m. I'll do it, and then I'll put the boys to bed, and she gets super happy at that, because what happens is her and my daughter, they end up watching stuff on whatever, Netflix, whatever they want to watch, Amazon Prime, whatever, they may want to watch something, so they get that time. I'll put the boys to bed, and that's when I'll do some non-streaming gaming. Usually I'll either pull out the Steam Deck, or I might play the Prince of Persia game on the Switch. I like Prince of Persia, the original one, absolutely great game. Fantastic on the Amiga. Tested it out the other day on an Amiga stream. I also like Metroidvanias, you know, even the recent one like Metroid Dread. If you haven't played it, Metroid Dread is wicked. Those killer robots are a bright pain in the behind, I have to tell you. You really got to get that parry timing down, and it's very, very tight, the timing, and you can't, if you manage to parry once, you're going to die the second time. The timing, I think, is even stricter, but you want to dodge those. But the Metroidvania games are fantastic. Like, so Prince of Persia as a Metroidvania, I've started it a little bit, and it starts off kind of all right. I just hope it goes a little bit mellow with the exploration and everything, because at the beginning it starts like a blockbuster. There's a lot happening. It introduces you to a lot of mechanics, but it does look like a good game. But I have to say, Ubisoft suck. They really annoyed me. They had a subscription with a statement saying consumers should get used to not owning their actual games, which I think truly sucks. You pay money, you should own it. Now, they may have been only talking about subscriptions, but it put things like buying games digitally into perspective, where it just, you buy your games, it sucks. Look, if you bought Conker's Bad Fur Day and you've still got the cartridge, your cartridge is going to work. The only thing that you might need to do is you might need to change certain components in certain cartridges, like batteries. But a digital service, when they end it, they suck. So I was quite vocal about it. I just said Ubisoft should get used to consumers getting their games from other sources, you know, because like GOG, for example, when it comes to PC gaming, someone pointed it out, GOG are king. I like Steam because it works easy on the Steam Deck, but GOG are the best. Anything I've got on GOG, when I download it, it's DRM free. The thing just works. The thing just absolutely works. Right, can we, oh no, we can't skip it. Okay. I remember this game, right? So I never played this back on the N64, but when I had my game shop, I remember someone telling me about it, and they were just telling me it's such an amazing game, and they were describing it to me, and I was like, man, I should have played this, right? You know, back then I was into like South Park. I'm still into South Park, to be honest. And I was like, wow, I've got to see this. I absolutely love the humor and everything about this game. So yeah, I wanted to try, and I remember it came in as like an unboxed game, because if anyone's ever been a games retailer, you don't have to be a games retailer, if you go into a video game store, or when you went into a video game store back when the N64 was current, there was a lot of games without a box. There would be a lot of unboxed games. Same with like the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Color. And I think the reason for that was it was a choice of having those cardboard boxes. SNES, NES, as long as the boxes were cardboard, there was every bit a good chance that you weren't when you traded it in, you probably traded it in with someone that just got rid of the box, so the box got damaged and there was a lot of carts. So this came in as a cartridge only, and I never tried it. I don't think I had an N64 at the time. I kind of moved on to the PlayStation 2. Yeah, it would have been the PlayStation 2 era when I had the shop. So this was old tech then. A friend of mine had it. I could have tried it. I remember selling it, and the person that bought it was super happy because this game was fairly rare in London. You didn't see this a lot, or if it was around a lot, I definitely didn't notice it. Okay, just catching up with chat while listening to Conkers do his thing. The singing here reminds me of like the Borderland games.
However, if you leave your name and number and they sound cute, I may ring you back. Ciao.
Hi, Barry. Hello? Barry, if you there, pick up. Hello?
Okay. See, a lot of these games, the intro's really, really long. Yeah, it's worth doing a stream if I actually played a lot of this stuff like regular. But I really like, for me, the MiSTer, I play it a lot when people come around. I end up going for the arcade games, always the arcade stuff like Street Fighter. And the main reason I've got it, when it comes to playing these games, man, I spend a long time in front of my PC, whether I'm working on projects, whether I'm working on the YouTube stuff. So I tend kind of not to go in front of my setup and play. It's always handheld gaming for me where I do it. So I don't have many save files, man. It would definitely save you guys not watching all of these intros and actually seeing gameplay, especially when it comes to some of these games, because wow, the intros was long and you just couldn't skip it. At least it gives us a menu choice of either skipping, either continuing it or quitting it. Okay, I remember this. Someone said to me, yeah, right at the beginning, like he's drunk, he's intoxicated, and you've got all that blurred vision, right? You know what? One thing I never get, right? Police officers, when they want to check to see if you're intoxicated, they ask you to read the alphabet backwards, right? I don't think I could do that if I was stone cold sober. I don't think my brain's wired like that. I'd be like, nah, I'd have to literally go and do the whole thing and then reverse it and do it one letter at a time. But to do it like, what is it? Z, Y, X, W, V, T, S. Yeah, I'll give up. I'll find it really difficult. Oh, Wicked Spitfire. Yeah, Amiga Vision's fantastic on there, man. I was actually going to do a tutorial today, but you know what? I had to... Yeah, I had to do a couple of jobs. So my sister come around, my mum's got a bedroom in the house and she's away at the moment. She's going to be away for a few months. She's staying with my youngest brother. So, but when she's older and she's got dementia, she's hoarded a lot of stuff and we got rid of some of it, but then she's got a lot of stuff she doesn't need and she's got a lot of weird stuff out there. So my sister said she'd come around and we'll do the job together. So I actually took a few hours, man. I've got a whole bunch of bags I've got to take to the dump and get rid of, and some charity bags in there because I don't believe in wasting stuff. So that kind of prevented me from doing a tutorial earlier, but I do want to do a tutorial because apparently a lot of people do have issues getting that up and running, but I get that because before I started meddling with this stuff, I'm not the most technical guy. I found a lot of stuff overwhelming, and I still do. But like with anything, as soon as you start meddling with it and learning it, you get better at it. I mean, I'm not at the stage of Robert where I'm making calls, but you know what, working out to install cores, learning the file structure, it does help, and it's always nice to help other people. It just feels nice because a lot of people help me. Oh, Charity Hunter. Sorry, do you know what? I actually, if you go on the channel SNKKF, unless you're referring to that, I done like the Monster Hunter Charity Hunter videos where I'd go in and I would just go find someone that's new at the game and just heal them and just help them. And that was when I was starting and experimenting with YouTube. I actually had a lot of fun doing that. Likely, I'll continue that when Monster Hunter Wilds will come out. Like, I love Monster Hunter, but guys, I played it so much, right, that like turning the game on now, turning on Monster Hunter World or almost any Monster Hunter, it almost makes me sick. Like I have to turn it off. Like I've done like 700-800 hours on the PC. I've done like a almost equivalent on the PlayStation 4. Like it's probably the game I played the most, and the second most played game, when you can see the hours there, was probably Monster Hunter 4U on the 3DS. Absolutely brilliant. Loved it. Thought it was great. Lovely to have it on a handheld, and it was an exclusive handheld game, not me playing a large screen game on a handheld, and it worked really well. Okay, we're in game now. Okay. He's proper walking like he's intoxicated. Brilliant. So what is this? Okay, this is brilliant as well. Look at his jump. So you've got the intoxications in there, right? Is it? Okay. This is one thing I never liked about the N64. It carried on to the GameCube. Okay, I get it, up and down is often inverted in games, right? But left and right is the wrong way around as well. So I remember trying to play Wind Waker via emulation. The right analog stick, I had to map left to right and right to left, just because my brain couldn't deal with left and right being the other way after years and years of getting used to like a standard with cameras. But guys, I truly suck at these 3D platformy games. And I don't read a lot, so I'll probably get stuck somewhere in a second and give it up.
Who are you? Oh, hello. Can you help me? I need to get home and go to bed because I don't feel very well at all.
Okay, that's a spooky little scarecrow.
Oh, so you can't help me at all?
Actually, yes, I can. Maybe.
Okay. What's your name?
Ready?
Beardy. You haven't got a beard.
No. Ready. Or scared birdies.
Okay, Birdie. So can you help me?
Right.
Yeah, Sniper Mike UK. Yeah, best places to kind of ask stuff about light gun support. I think you're asking for PlayStation, right? It's usually go via GitHub and you know, create. I think you can create requests on there and issues on there. So yeah, if you wanna, you know, if you wanna get something done there, there's probably a better place to do it than on the stream. You know, we love Robert being here, but maybe Robert just wants to chill a little bit, right? I mean, I can't speak for Robert, but you know, like the guy's here, let him chill. He's dropping in with some comments. Any other questions? You know, kind of just do them in the right place, right, guys? I'm gonna get stuck on this, so let's do the next game. Let's do ISS 98 now. ISS were really good. I felt like Pro Evolution Soccer came along, and that was like the best football game for a while until FIFA just kind of made it. So someone asked for 98, right? 98, is that okay? The USA version as well, so we get a nice 60 hertz version. But also Sniper Mike, I didn't actually know the PlayStation didn't support light gun. I mean, I don't have a CRT, so I wouldn't be able to use a light gun anyway. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm on the Discord, just something I thought. Yeah, no worries, dude, no worries. No, absolutely no worries. It's just that there's always a time and a place for it. I don't mean to sound like bad or grilling you, having a go on it or anything, but you know, there's definitely better places to kind of raise those issues than in a stream chat. But you know, I'm all good. If Robert's happy with it, I'm happy with it, you know. Okay, so we have got ISS 64. Now, my friends, I used to play the ISS, International Superstar Soccer, on the SNES. You know, I was alright. I was good at Pro Evo, and I was even good at the FIFA games. But man, did I suck. Hey, Kevin Chavilis, how you doing, buddy? Hey, how are ya? Oh, sorry. Okay, a mouse as a light gun. Okay, that's interesting. That's definitely interesting. I feel it works quite well, a mouse as a light gun. I played the recent Castlevania arcade game, that video game Esoterica, or people from his Discord kind of brought it out, and that was actually fun to play on a mouse. It's definitely better than using a controller, right? I mean, on the Amiga, we had, right, let's just see if we can do computer versus computer. Okay, one concours. Man, shame you haven't got computer versus computer. I'm gonna have to play. Yeah, I remember on the Amiga playing stuff like Operation Wolf. It played really well with a mouse. It played a lot better than me playing it on an arcade stick on my Commodore 64. So yeah, mouse for light gun. It's not a light gun experience, but it's definitely a good experience. It's better than playing on an analog stick or a D-pad. So I get that, Sniper Mike UK. And given your name Sniper Mike UK, I'll take it you do like guns, right? Light guns. What was that sniper game by Konami? And do you remember with the big sniper on the arcade machine? Silent Scope, that's it. That was a fantastic game, guys. Really good arcade game. Remember that? That was a big game when it came out. I think that came out for the Dreamcast as well.
He passes it forward.
You know, these games really came alive multiplayer. My favorite football game, even though this may be the best one as far as, you know, playability goes, it was definitely, what was it? It was definitely FIFA 98. FIFA 98, me and a friend used to have epic battles on that. It was just fantastic. What a great game. I still feel like revisiting it sometimes. Maybe we'll revisit in today's stream, right? We can, there's a lot to check. Okay.
He passes it to the left. He's stolen it.
I remember on the SNES you could do a trick where he would do like a little back flip. It would go over his head and whatnot. Ooh, ah!
We've had 1 minute. Deflection. Surely this
Come on,
time
long shot. Okay.
he heads it on.
It's a shame Konami aren't making good football games now, right? Does Pro Evo still exist? Last time I saw it, it had a free version with like really weird characters, but they were king, right? They had that 8-way run that they used to do, 8 directions of running. Okay, that's enough. I'm a sore loser. ISS 98 is gang off, and Pilot Wings is next, guys. So let me know what you guys want to see as well. I'm out of requests, so I'll start picking random games. If not, then, oh, sorry, I must have passed Pilot Wings. Here we go, Pilot Wings 64. So get your requests in, guys, and just let me know. Wicked. Nice. Oh, nice, Robert. Did you ever play? I really liked Sensible Soccer, so I played Sensible Soccer in the Amiga. But when it came to like funky teams there, right? You had the team edit mode in there, if I remember correctly. But you had teams like named after desserts and everything as well. But it was always a good feature where you could, like ISS, where you're saying that you could name your own team and bring all your class buddies in there. It just kind of felt special, right? You're passing stuff around. Absolutely brilliant. Right, Pilot Wings. So this is one of the games that benefits from the visual improvements that Robert showed in a tweet. To be honest, I should have saved an image of that tweet and just kind of had it up. I might be able to get it. If we're running a good demo, I'll go seek it. I'll seek out the tweet, put it in Chrome, and we'll have a look at like the differences Robert has actually specifically put out there. So let's go into Pilot Wings. I find this game tough and a really good, right? Oh, it's got a save file for me. That works. So I really like. So what do we want? Okay, let's start with Hand Glider. Right, Pilot Wings on the 3DS, man. Guys, like if you've got a 3DS, especially a new 3DS, have a look at it. It just, the one word to describe it, man, it looks beautiful. It just looks, it looks so good with the full 3D effect on. It just looks really good. You can it's like you're in your own little world. I mean, I'm not. It's not my favorite game on the 3DS. It's more of a tech demo on the 3DS, if I'm being completely honest. But man, does it look good? It looks so good. 3DSs are going up in value, so if anyone that doesn't have one, I'd recommend kind of picking one up before they go up. My kids really, they stopped playing them, so I ended up with a few. I've got like the XL, I've got a normal size one as well, a new one. I think my daughter's got a 2D one and she never plays it. So, but what I am doing is I'm putting that stuff away, because when they get older, right, when I'm like, I don't know, in my 60s and they're in their whatever 20s or 30s, and they're like, oh dad, you know what, I remember playing that, I'll give it to them, because hopefully they'll get that nostalgia kick that we get out of devices like the MiSTer or having a look at some other stuff. So right, let's go back out. Let's pick a different vehicle. So I'm hoping to do that. So all their consoles, whether later on they get bored of the Switch, because when you're kids, you get bored and you want to move on to a greater thing, which I get. I did that, and then I was like, oh man, I wish if I had my Master System, my NES, my SNES, all that stuff. I didn't have it. That's where the MiSTer really takes care of that need, and I absolutely love it. Right, you know. The other day I was looking at MiSTer. My wife was in the room, and I was like, oh, love you. And then I was actually referring to the MiSTer. My wife looked over really happy, so naturally I blagged it, and you know, she come over, gave me a hug, gave me like a quick kiss, and she was like, cool, you know, I love you too, honey. And I was like, cool, that was a close one. I'm not saying I don't love my wife. I absolutely love my wife, but I really love the MiSTer as well. And maybe I'm a bit weird, and I'll say it, but that's good advice to anyone, right? If you're confessing your love to your electronics, right, and someone, a member of your family clocks on and they come over and they think you're referring to them, you know what? Why not? Hand it straight over to them as well. And just for the record, I do tell my wife I love her. It's important to tell your partner that you love them. Not enough people do it. We're getting philosophical again here because we end up getting philosophical, right? Always tell, like, you don't do it enough, right? Sometimes you can have like an argument, it's over something petty, it's stupid. You know, sometimes those simple words can help. Like, you know, tell your loved ones how you feel, that you love them, right? Because life is short. You don't know how long everyone's going to be around. I hope everyone lives a long and prosperous life, but things can happen, and it's always nice to let them know. In fact, after this stream, I will definitely tell my wife I love her. I'll tell the kids as well. The kids start poking fun at us. It's actually quite funny when I say that. My wife goes all red face when I do it in front of the kids. Okay, so whatever the awesome differences are in here, I'm not sure if I can tell with my naked eye, but man, like, as far as like playing games and the feel of the core, it just feels fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Now, this isn't a game, I don't think this is a game I'll play and want to like learn or relearn, but it's definitely nice to see it. And it was nice when this came to surface and, you know, was made playable on the Nintendo 64 core, which is fantastic. One of them, in one of them you fire missiles. Oh, here we go. Friendly fire, friendly fire. All right, let's have a look at another game. Has anyone said anything in chat? Let me have a look at chat while I'm smashing it around. Okay, blows my mind how Robert has come. Yeah, it definitely blows all our mind there, dude. Sniper Mike UK. Hello, please, could you check? Oh, Hybrid Heaven. Yep, we are. I don't even need to write that down because I've got nothing else written down. Let's go to Hybrid Heaven, which it rings a bell. I've definitely tried that game before at some point. Someone mentioned it. I don't recall it now though because I never played it back in the day. Hybrid Heaven, wicked. And guys, just to point out, there should be a link to Robert Pape's Patreon in the description of the video. You know, if you like his work and you want to support his work and you want to support FPGA development, the link is in there. Remember, it's not a requirement. You're not required to subscribe to the Patreon in order to get access to the cause, but you know what, it does help developers because you know what, I see the amount of time Robert spends on this core, right? So Robert's got a full-time job, he's also a family guy, and in between all of that he puts out a lot of core updates. So anyone that contributes towards any developer's Patreon, know that the developers really do appreciate their time, their effort, any hardware they have to buy. Stuff's not free, right? And it's not free, so it's super nice to be able to support someone from time to time. And I always say as well that Patreon's like an ongoing one, right? So it always goes, but you can always pay it for like a month or two and then cancel it if you do want to do just a one-off payment. But yeah, awesome stuff. So that link's in there, guys. I've got to give it a push once in a while because you know what, I know the amount of effort that's involved. Just me doing these videos takes up a lot of time, along with a full-time job and the family life. But it's a good balance, right? It is a good balance because instead of playing so many games now, I end up streaming like more games. Okay, so I'm not paying attention. Maybe I need to go to new game. I've tried this. This is the game that was like Metal Gear Solid, right? It kind of felt all right, but I think I got stuck in a corridor. You know, I'm gonna have to go difficulty and normal is the easiest. Okay, that's cool. I just thought if they had like an easy version, I would go for the easy version. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, I hope everyone is having a good Sunday afternoon or evening. It's almost 6 o'clock here in the UK. Robert, the core developer, is tuned in as well, and where he's in Germany, if I'm not correct, he's 1 hour ahead of me in the time, so it's going to be nearly 7 o'clock there. So it's a wrap. It's a Sunday evening wrap for us. Kevin, you know what, you are a top geezer. Sin and Punishment is just wicked. Wicked, what a game. In fact, I'd go as far as to say it's one of my favorite games on the system, because I like the arcade style games, right? That's I always say it, and I say it a lot. Arcade for me is beyond everything else. It's what I like, right? Because a lot of the stuff I played when I was younger, I'm discovering new games on home console, SNES, N64, PlayStation, whatever core is available on MiSTer. But arcade, man, we didn't have those machines. They cost money per credit when I was a kid. And even software emulation. I remember software emulation. Right, who remembers software emulation? The first time you press that back button, right? Because that's where it's usually configured to, the coin button. And you hear that coin button. Who doesn't think, wow, like I remember when to hear this sound, that was the sound of an actual coin going in and costing money. I mean, I went arcade yesterday. And there's different arcades that I can go to. There's one like a bowling alley where they've got actual machines, not the greatest of machines. They haven't got any old stuff. You put coins in, but all, like the arcade I went to yesterday, you pay admission fee. It was actually when it went up. It used to be £10, but now it's £15. But because it was me and my two boys, it went from £30 to £45. You know, but I paid it. It's where we were going. You know, it's nice to support that stuff anyway. It's run by a cool bunch of people. But every single machine is on free play. You don't have the buzz of hearing that coin sound, and that coin sound was unique. As part of my mobile notification sounds, some of the sounds that I use are actually coin sounds. So I use the Metal Slug coin sound as my default notification sound. I've got the Street Fighter coin sound for one of my notifications. In fact, I just changed my ringtone to the RoboCop arcade title screen music. I think it's fantastic. So I got that because in yesterday's news video I used the RoboCop stage 1 music. Okay, Robo Hybrid Heaven is great. It's great, but the first 30 minutes or so are slow and boring. That's what happens with a lot of games, man. Do you know, I've got a really bad thing, right? So at work when I do night shift, as much as I always say no one looks good at 3 AM, you end up looking like a crackhead, right? It does have its perks. It means if it's quiet and I'm not in a reactive situation, which is more often the case than not, I can play games. So what happens is when I'm tired on night shift and I play a game, I start falling asleep because it's nice. I have to stop playing and I have to do stuff like watch YouTube shorts, TikTok. I have to do engaging stuff so my brain can stay alert and awake, because naturally we're designed to fall asleep at night. But then what happens is on my day off, if I want to play that game, there's something like mentally my brain associates that game with tiredness, and I don't like that game. And that's like the vast majority of my Steam library. Whenever I play a game on it, because I played it when I was tired and I start falling asleep, it just reminds me of that, and I need to stop doing that. There's only a few games that have survived that, and that's games like Monster Hunter. But I've played so much Monster Hunter, I just can't do it anymore. Wow, okay, this guy looks serious. Do you know, I have to say, like, this is a great answer to Metal Gear Solid. It's no Metal Gear Solid, but it is the Metal Gear Solid answer of the N64. The other one was, what was the other one? There was Operation Winback, and back in the shop days, that was a game that got traded in a lot, and at the same time it got sold a lot. It was a game that turned around a lot, right? People bought it, they played it, and when I tried it here on one of the streams, on an N64 stream, it kind of sounded all right. Okay, that guy kind of looks serious. Are you gonna shoot him? Look at those eyes there, man. It's almost like he's got a blindfold on. Now it's the sunglasses. Shot through the heart. Okay, let's have a look at this. I think, wait, right, you know what? Let's write Wave Race 64.
There's a witness.
We'll try Wave Race as well. Hybrid Heaven is in there. Wicked. Cool. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, okay, sorry, I need to do Majora's Mask. Sorry, I'm not going to call it Majora's Mask. I get my words wrong a lot. One of my favourite games, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, is Richter. Even though Maria at the beginning says Richter, I just thought they got it wrong. Because the way the name looks, when you see it in English, you naturally go towards the name Richer. You know, Richer. And I called him that. And I still do it sometimes on a stream or a video. And I always get corrected in the comments. Right. This is like watching a movie, guys. I know I got into game before. Oh, you can skip it. Okay, I press start. We skipped it. Okay, and here I am. Rock me like a hurricane. Okay, these things just taking a picture of me or something. Okay, glad I wasn't beat by a door. And I think over here, I remember him climbing that frame. Look at me. That's like one of those kiddie playground rides, right? Where you know, the kids ride on it. They learn the skill of climbing on an obstacle that's not too high. Mini Cooper, you know what, that would be an excellent idea, but all my stuff is still very, very, what's the word, amateur, right? It's very, very amateur. If someone was to do like a professional documentary, I would definitely say Video Game Esoterica, man. I'm a big fan of the guy even before I did my channel, and his production, everything's really, really good, man. My one, I know it's really, really raw. I know it's definitely gotten better, but yeah, it's not quite that production value. But yeah, you never know. I mean, FPGA game is getting bigger, right? It's getting bigger, it's getting better, it's getting bolder. More stuff's coming to light. We're getting more and more projects coming to light. So it looks like the future's good for it, right? Like I always say, we've got Mars kind of coming up. We've got Replay 2, and Replay 2 is just looking amazing, guys. It's looking really, really good. We've got Replay 2, Mars, the N64. Sorry, yeah, the Analog's N64, which I'm sure will have additional cores, and Robert as well. There was what was that? There was a developer. They kind of sent me a DM asking if you knew any developers that wanted to get involved in an FPGA project, and I saw that they pinged you as well over on Twitter saying, would you like to get involved? Okay, how do I bring out the key code? Okay, he's putting it in there. Cool. Yeah, so they pinged you over on Twitter as well saying, would you be interested in working on a new FPGA project? Actually, in the DM, they said to me if I'd like to sign an NDA, and I've got no issues with doing that. I would never break confidence anyway. But they never got back to me, which I was kind of excited about that, to see what was going there. Even if I wasn't allowed to talk about it, it would be something I would like to know, just to kind of know what's coming out. I mean, I would love for there to be, I think those guys made like a Game Boy. They made like a, what is it? They made Game Boy games. They're like indie Game Boy developers, right? They may have made, I wonder if they're making an FPGA handheld. It'll be really, really exciting. Obviously, Robert, if you're not allowed to speak about it, you're not allowed to speak about it. I completely get that. Oh, the laser's coming at me. Okay, let's just get to this door. Okay, I see what you mean about the first half hour or so being really, really boring. Okay, so I've got a charger, I've got a key card, a life charger. That makes me crouch. Get up, get up. Okay. Right, let's have a look. Okay, I think we may have to go to the next game. Please enter the code key. Come on, just enter it normally. Okay, let's go over to the next one, which is Majora's Mask. Let's have a look at Majora's Mask. So that should be under L, right? L, Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, Legend of Zelda. Oh, here we go. The Legend of Zelda. Let's find the USA version. Okay, Europe, Virtual Console. Here we go. The Majora's Mask USA. So awesome. Right, let me have a look at chat while that kind of boots up. Oh, okay, the Shindu version of Way Race. I'm not sure if I've got that one. I remember seeing a Video Game Esoterica video on that, actually talking about a version of it that didn't work before, but now it's working. I guess that's what he was talking about. But yeah, going back to like an FPGA documentary or something. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely getting bigger. And the way I see it is as old original hardware becomes more and more difficult to come by, FPGA solutions are going to become more widespread. I can only see the niche growing, and I'm really hoping it grows, because if the FPGA gaming space grows, then along with it my channel should grow, which ultimately should be able to bring me more ad revenue. It should give me more opportunities to, you know, ultimately I'd love to make enough money from like YouTube and covering this stuff, and even if there's other avenues in here. I mean, there's an avenue that I'm exploring. I've got a guy, a friend of mine, that's been doing my mods for years. The guy is honestly, like, I'm not just saying this, the guy is absolutely amazing at doing mods. Like, he is, you know, whoever you see over on Twitter, whatever mod guy you see, this guy is amazing. So currently he works repairing stuff for Apple. So he's one of the, you know, he works via an official repair thing, and that's kind of like the main thing he does. But he wouldn't mind getting back into retro stuff. So there's some mods that I would like to get done. I just don't want to front any money for it. So if anyone actually wants, if anyone wants a mod done and you're in the UK, as long as you've got the console, you've got the mod kit that's available. Say for example you wanted, I was speaking to a member before that wanted it done, but they found somewhere closer to get it done. But if you want to get it done, I can kind of offer that service there. But I was hoping to get a job, film it, kind of put it out there so people can see the guy's work, and after seeing how good the guy's work is, just be like, okay, this is something, yeah, this is a service worth using. So maybe that's something I can kind of expand into at a later time, modding stuff. But we were going to do a Pixel FX Dreamcast HDMI mod, and I was going to get him to film the process, and we were trying to work out the process of how to film it, because he doesn't film stuff, he just repairs it. He's got an excellent setup, you know. I've looked at his workshop, everything there. He's a friend of mine from a long time ago, when we're talking about the Messiah chips on the PS2, before that the PS1, the Xbox 360, which at one point needed a hardware chip. Then I think it was a soft mod after. But a guy, like, if I need a personal mod done for something, like, he's my guy. I've got my cousin down the road who can do like some of the easier stuff, but he doesn't have some of the equipment, and some of the stuff's a bit tricky to do. So if there's anything tricky, like, I call my guy who has been a friend of mine for years. So it'd be nice to maybe get into a modding venture. So if anyone out there is from UK, especially if you're from London, if you want a mod done, just give me a shout over on Discord, and you know, we can work something out. I've got a guy that can mod stuff good. Obviously everything will be guaranteed and everything as well. It's something that I need to launch. It's difficult to find the time to juggle everything, so I'm waiting until either I have something on a mod, someone I know has something they want to mod, and we can do that on camera. I can put it on the channel, and hopefully maybe get like a kind of mod service game, because like the guy is just really good. He's top of the field. He's absolutely great at what he does. Let's have a look at some of this. The first rule of FPGA Club: you cannot talk about FPGA Club. And if it's your first time on FPGA Club, you have to play, right? Oh wow, MiSTer, has it been out for that long? Sniper Mike UK, 6 years. I mean, I've been using it for a year and a half now. I've known about it for maybe two years and a bit. I just never really paid attention to it. But yeah, exciting times ahead, guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing what develops this year. I'm happy with what we've got on the MiSTer. I'm extremely happy, in fact. We never got another core, and if the MiSTer was preserved in the state it is now, I'm absolutely happy if we never got another core. Obviously, I want other cores. Why not? We all want other cores, right? But I would be I would die happy with what I've got here. There's too much for me to play. I've got back catalogue games here on my SNES that I want to play. Yeah, I've got back catalogue on my SNES. I've got back catalogue Mega Drive, Game Boy stuff. There's so much stuff that I want to play. But it will be interesting to see what becomes, because a newer FPGA might be able to do some of the newer arcade games that have, you know, more difficult hardware to produce, or that would be a bit difficult to produce on say the MiSTer, for example. So, and obviously Naomi and Dreamcast, that's just something big that is getting pointed out at us, right? Majora's Mask runs fantastically well, man. I tried playing this on the 3DS. I couldn't get into it again. It's going back to the 3D thing. Only 3D Zelda I've completed is Breath of the Wild. That is the only one. I've definitely played The Link to the Past. I tried playing it on the 3DS. There's actually a PC decompilation that uses assets from the 3DS version that makes the graphics a little bit more HD. It makes them a little bit better on like modern displays. I think I covered it before on the weekly channel, but that was really interesting. It looked nice on the 3DS. I was excited when it came out for the 3DS. I tried playing it, and then I realized I so suck at 3D Zelda games. Apart from Breath of the Wild, I was actually alright at Breath of the Wild. I need to start Tears of the Kingdom. I could have been playing that today instead of doing this, but I wanted to do this, and I'm happy doing this stuff, to be honest. So here's the guy that jacked you. Wow, 2018. Wow, you guys were so. David Holdus, sorry, is it David? Sorry, David Holdus, right? What did you have in 2018? Like, what was available for the MiSTer? What were the first cores? So I take it one of the first ones would have been the Atari ST, because the MiSTer was like a continuation of the MIST project, and the MIST project was known for having the Atari ST, possibly the Amiga as well. And that's something I need to set up as well. I need to set up the Atari ST. Because I played a lot of that around my uncle's house. I did have an Atari ST at one point, but I was always I was more of an Amiga guy, man. And the Amiga core on the MiSTer Analog Pocket, absolutely fantastic. What a great core. And there's a lot of good games on those computers. There's a lot of really bad ones on there as well, though. Okay, really interesting story. I like this being like a very dark Zelda game. Just works. Imagine that, waking up as that would just drive you nuts, right? Spooky stuff, man. But this starts off really well, I have to say. It starts off, it's very playable. So back when these games were out, man, all this stuff was just epic to have a look at it, man. It was just so darn good. Okay, let's do a little bit of gameplay, then we'll move over to the next game. It's hard to do these games and stream these. And Atari, okay, wicked. Atari, NES, wicked, nice. So there was some stuff out there. Yeah, I was very late to the MiSTer party, man. Again, like I knew about it. Actually, I may have known about it for maybe even over a year before I got it. But I was like saying to my buddy, I'm alright with Run Ahead. It can't be that great. You know, I'm good. And he kept telling me, nah, you need to get it. You need to get it. You know, we used to play a lot of Super Turbo in the arcade back then, and he was like, yeah, you got to get it. And you know what? When I actually played Super Turbo around his house, I was sold. I was like, wow, I've never had CPS2 feel like this. But since then, even like testing out the Saturn core, because like I can feel like, what's the word? I can feel the responsiveness a lot better in 2D games than 3D games. 3D games, I feel like are a little bit more forgiving when it comes to latency, at least as far as me feeling the latency goes. But on the Saturn core, man, wow, is that core snappy? Like amazing stuff. Gotta be. It's really good. I love the 2D stuff on it. It feels really good. You know, if you've got what do I do here? Do I go up here and we go dive? Okay, right, let me put in the next game, because I suck at these, right? Let's put it. What we've got next? Yes, next we've got Sin and Punishment. That's a fantastic game, absolutely brilliant game, love it. In fact, yeah, it's definitely one of the best games on the system without a doubt. Oh, does anyone remember what it was called? It wasn't called Sin and Punishment. It had the name ahead of it. If anyone can let me know in chat, was it with T? Can't remember now. It's called something else. It's called something else, and I can't remember what it's called. Was it TS or something? I think this is it. Was this it? Tabatsu? We'll check it out. Maybe it is this. I remember it having a different name. Always difficult to find games when they're called something else. So look, wow, so 2018 for MiSTer, man. Wow. So yeah, Francisco, you are well ahead of the time, man. Is this Sin and Punishment? Wicked, I remembered. I'm glad I remembered it began with T, and the rest of it just kind of done it. Wicked, thank you for that. Wicked, appreciate that, radical dreamer. Worked it out. I'm so glad to actually worked it out on my own, but it's nice to see you guys helping here as well, because people are asking for Bang.io for this, but it's not called Bang.io, right? It's called something else. I think it is this one here. Yeah, this game is just banging, guys. How was it to roll? How was it? There's the roll button. What a game. So glad the controls aren't inverted on this.
Get bonus.
Is there a way to change your fire or something? Can't remember now. This is a great game. Absolute treasure of the game. Pun definitely intended. Let's shoot the branch, huh? What did a branch do to me? I'll shoot it anyway.
Get bonus.
Seriously, Treasure made such awesome games, man. Oh, okay, yeah, there's a button that locks onto stuff, that's it. Can't remember how you activate it now, but I've activated it now. I'm good with that. Or if you hold it down, is that what it does? Ah, look at that, man. Awesome. Again, man, this reminds me of like a great arcade game. You didn't have a lot of stuff like this on the N64. Oh, asked to jump, right? Okay. Yeah, it wasn't like this. It was nice to get this kind of stuff. Definitely feels like this game belongs in the arcade. I think this was just the N64 exclusive, right? It's the only place I heard of it. But this is the kind of game you would play in the arcade and you'd be like, yeah, this is a great arcade feeling game. What a great game. I should actually like play through this one day. This is a game I could sit down and play. You know, gets you into the action straight away. There's no like half-hour intro. There are some good cutscenes in this though, I have to say. I do like the parts between levels and everything. They look good. Right, we got rid of the centipede. Awesome. Is that the level done now? Hopefully that's the level done, and we're kind of moving to like an urban area now, if I remember correctly. What a great game, guys. Oh, so what's the sequel to this called? Was it Sniper Mike UK? So it's the Sin and Punishment sequel. Yeah, what was it? What was it called? I'm trying to think if I know it. Was it Sin and Punishment as well? Was it called something else? Don't tell me it was P&O. No, it wasn't P&O. P&O 8. That was made by Capcom. P&O Project Number 03. That's it. PN03. That was a kind of interesting game. Yeah, I really like this level. Great sound effects of knocking them out once you actually knock them out. Really, really good. Guys, if you want to get any requests in, I'm not sure if I've got any more requests. If I have, we'll go and do it. But if you've got requests, block capitals, just write the name of the title in the massive message in block capitals, and I'll definitely pick up on that, and we can get some of those games going. If not, if there's none there, I'll likely test like a ROM hack or something. I'll go in the hacks folder to see if there's anything interesting there. I found a ROM hack where it's got GoldenEye but with Mario 64 characters, but yeah, I didn't just before I was about to start the stream, and I didn't want to be late, so I didn't want to experiment with patching it and testing it before the stream. You know, I do try, if I say like a 5 o'clock start, I try and start it on time. I don't mind starting streams earlier, but I try not to run late on them. But sometimes things can't be helped, you know, things happen, and I'm just gonna run late on stuff. Guys, I could literally spend like I could go through this game. I like this game a lot. As soon as I play it, it just feels right. Just feels amazingly well. What a game. I might even go as far as saying that, okay, so obviously like there was Zelda Ocarina of Time, which I rate as a great game, even though it wasn't for me. I didn't complete it, but I did play levels of it around a friend's house when it was current. GoldenEye, Mario Kart 64 are likely my favorite games, but I have to say, out of all the games I've played since the MiSTer Core came out, this without a doubt will be my favorite one, man. I absolutely love it. But it goes more in line with the type of games that I enjoy the most now, which are arcade style games. You know, definitely arcade style, and this one carries it wicked. I can imagine playing this in an arcade machine you know, on an arcade machine set up, it just looks wicked, absolutely wicked. Let's fight this crab, because hey, we don't want crabs, right? Let's move over to the next game. I've got something. Oh, I have got something else written now. We've got Wave Race, so let's wave around in Wave Race. But what a game, guys! What a game, seriously. Wow, there's a lot of games with that begin with W. Have I got the other version? Let's have a look. I just want to see if we've got the one with the additional soundtrack. Okay. No, maybe not. All right, we'll go this one here. Let me take a sip of my drink, because I'm talking a lot. My mouth has gone a little bit dry. I'm trying to, actually, I've given up like energy drinks now. I've heard they're really, really bad. I knew they were bad, but like someone pointed a few things out to me. So I'm trying to drink water wherever possible. I won't be like Popeye the Sailor Man into the spinach. Oh, do I have it? Okay, which one was it? Shindu, yeah? Let's have a look for it. Is this Shindu? Let's have a look at it. Okay, so it's not Europe. Was it Japan? Which one is Shindu? You scrolled past it. Right, let's have a look. No Shindu there? Oh, Shindu edition. Nice one. Thanks for that, dude. Let's roll with that then. So apparently the soundtrack is right. Hopefully the volume levels are okay for you. If you feel you want the volume up a little bit louder for this particular one, I can put it up. It's difficult for me to hear how you guys are hearing it. I have to base how I have the volume levels by looking at, what's it called, the visual equalizer. I look at the equalizer and I look at it and I think, okay, it kind of looks about right. So this is the loudest I usually like it, but if you guys want it a little bit louder, you know what? Let's do a VGE and just tell you, let me be quiet and leave the music on for a bit.
Wave Race!
Okay, let's run that down a bit now. No, Marcos, hey, let me bring up the ROM for you so you can see it, because I scrolled definitely past it. If you've got the no intro ROM set, that's the one that I'm using right now. The no intro ROM set, it'll be in there. So this is, it's a Japanese version, but it's the Shindu edition. So, oh, okay, I don't even need to play it. It's gonna run through it, which I really like. Hopefully it'll run through a whole race, and it hopefully will look good. Oh, okay, that's quite loudish as well. Well, hold on, there's no backing soundtrack. Maybe I do need to play it then to get the soundtrack going. So, is it going to take? Well, it does like a warm-up lap, doesn't it? First.
Welcome to Dolphin Park.
There's one of the guys, right? It looks like his butt is sticking out. I can't remember which character it is now. It's really funny. Alright, let me be quiet. I'm going to put the volume up on this, and for the race, I'm not really going to talk. Robert, thank you so much for stopping by, man. Catch you around, and thank you so much for this amazing call. Always love it when you drop by. Guys, big thanks to Robert.
for the first
This
race.
sounds gonna be loud.
3, 2, 1, go! Okay. Oh, look, everybody is behind you. Okay. Maximum power. You're in second. What a cool lap! Final lap, keep it up! Move on up and get 'em. Move on up and get 'em. Oh! Nice try!
Oh, guys, I completely cacked it at the end there. I proper, as they say, pooped the bed there. Awesome. So that was absolutely brilliant. It's really, really nice of Robert to drop by these streams, man. Always appreciated, and absolutely love the guy's work. It's because of him we've got this core, which many regard as the impossible core. Even other developers, they said, no, it's impossible. He made the impossible happen. I hate calling it the impossible core because everyone calls it the impossible core, and I try not to follow trends with stuff, you know. Even if my ways are odd, I try and make my ways original. So definitely the possible core, and yeah, the work Robert has done is amazing. Right, has anyone got any more? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, I can't see anything there. So guys, get your requests in block capitals, and what I'll do in the meantime is I'll look at the ROM hacks I got, and I will have a look at them there. So here you go, guys. If you want this one, if you grab the no intro ROM set, because that's what I've got here. I've just got the no intro ROM set, the vanilla no intro ROM set, and it's got a whole bunch of games there. Like usually I used to have the policy of having one ROM, one game, right? So I haven't got multiples, but since doing videos, I realized it's worth me having lots and lots of different versions of games on there. So Origami Mario Kart, what do we want? Do you know what, Mario Kart, it didn't work last time. Let's try, where's MK64? Is it MK64 Who in Time? No, where is it? I thought I had it in here. Mario Kart, oh, amped up. Okay, this may not be the latest version, right? The latest version looks really, really good for this, because on software emulators, it's going to support, I've got that Quake 2 there, but it's going to support 60 FPS, which is brilliant. Okay, so on one of the previous updates, this didn't work. Either that, or when it goes into the game, it's gonna crash, right? So guys, if you haven't tried Mario Kart Amped Up, Mario Kart 64 Amped Up, hands down, this is one of the best ROM hacks I've ever played. And when I tell you I've played a lot of ROM hacks, I've gone down the rabbit hole of ROM hacks and tried a whole bunch of games. A big shout out to Litronon, man. The guy's work is amazing. Yeah, man. Jinkman, yeah, Amped Up is just wicked. So let's just have a look at the options, right? So you can change the aspect ratio. Let's have a look. Let's see how it comes out on the screen. So let's just change it to see what it looks like. Right. No, don't crash on me. Don't do it. Okay, I'm not going to mess around with the aspect ratio. Let me give it a reset. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna test it. So yeah, the new version of it, I'm kind of, yeah, Paper Mario, we can put that down. Thanks, Macross. So the new version of this that's coming out soon, Paper Mario, sorry, Paper Mario. What else have we got here? Wicked. Quake 2 Paper Mario coming up next, right? So Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying the 60 FPS version on a software emulator, something like the Steam Deck, you know, play around with it, mess about with it, have some fun. Okay, so this version still doesn't work, right? But there is going to be an updated version of this, and hopefully that will work. A previous version of it does work, though, I have to say, because I have got this to run on the MiSTer before. So maybe that's something I need to do. Maybe I need to go and get an older version of it. I tend to delete the older version when I get a newer one. But in the case of ROM hacks, maybe it's something. Oh, okay, we've got an undub immersive makers as well. What was next? Quake. Oh, no, we need to go here. Quake 2 USA, baby. USA. It was Quake 2 you asked for, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Quake 2. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm hoping the new update fixes it. The 60 FPS version isn't going to work on original hardware. Litronom has said that in his tweet, saying what's forthcoming. Guys, if I can ask you a favor, if you haven't hit the like button and you are enjoying the stream, please hit the like button. It really does help. It kind of, so from what I understand, as far as YouTube goes, when people are engaging with it and hitting that like button, it kind of puts the video out to more people. So it does help out, and it doesn't cost you anything. Ultimately, if you dislike it, because I get it, not everyone's going to like this content or like me. I get it. Hit that unlike button. You know, if you're really, I've got one or two people that every single video I do, I'll get a couple of unlikes. It doesn't matter what the video is. So, you know, as much as a lot of people are going to like me, there's definitely going to be people that dislike me. It's the internet. I get it, you know. Not everyone is going to like everyone. I'm a grown-up. I understand that. And, you know I can likely annoy people as well. So, you know, likes, shares, any of that stuff, it does I do appreciate it, because it does directly contribute towards helping the channel grow, and it's growing at a good rate. I'm happy with the rate it's growing out, but I will try and do anything to accelerate. I just try not to be too cheesy. I don't like putting like locks or conditions in place with certain things. It's just not what I like doing. Okay. Well, I bought the Quake 2 remake recently, actually, for the Switch. I always end up buying stuff for the Switch. I really like the Switch. But I find with the Switch, the controls are terrible for this. I really like, I just like the Switch, man. But I find it's better for like indie and 2D games rather than, you know, playing something serious on there. Okay, that is wicked. Love shooting him. Yeah, take that. No, got close enough, no? Wow, okay. The way you shoot them and the way they kind of disintegrate is graphically very pleasing. Can't get bored of that, right? Man, I never really even gave Quake the time of day on N64, but hey man, this is a game that deserves some love. I've only ever played, I played Quake 3 was one of the first games I played online as a multiplayer game. And it was absolutely brilliant. I remember playing it. You remember the days of the 56k modems where, you know, you had to ask your mum not to use the phone to call a sister because you wanted to play some Quake 3 on the PC. And I've never been a mouse and keyboard guy. I've always been the guy. Did I push that button? Oh, I did, yeah. Okay. No, go back up. Oh, come on. Again, this is where the controls just really do me. Let me walk off it and go back on it. Yeah, so I used to play it with like a combination of... Okay, I want to get off the platform. I'm off it. Okay, look up. Okay, what's happened? Where have I gone? Yeah, muscle memory is, I have to remind myself how to press the buttons and everything. Yeah, so yeah, Quake 3 I really liked it with a Microsoft Sidewinder paired with a mouse. That's it. That's how I used to play it. Never quite adapted to keyboard and mouse even to this day. But this game feels decent, guys. Am I going backwards now? Maybe I am. Maybe it's time for the next game. Yeah, I'm definitely going backwards. Yeah, I've come back to the bloody beginning. Right, just for reference, if anyone watches One Piece and you've heard of the character Zoro, Zoro is the guy that gets lost going somewhere in a straight line. That is what a few of my friends refer to me as, the ones that watch One Piece as well. They refer to me as Zoro because I just end up getting lost in video games. I'm better in real life when looking at directions, even though I've been working at the same place for over 12 years now. I still I still use a navigation. But my buddies say, why do you use a navigation? But the reason that I use the navigation is because sometimes you've got roadworks and it's just nice to have that alternative route available straight away. Even though I do know multiple routes to my work, right? But I still get insulted for that. You know what, guys? I'm going around in circles here. So let's try Paper Mario now, which is definitely one of the best games on the system. SNK Kev, man, thank you so much, man. That's super appreciated. You're too generous, man. Always appreciated. Thank you for helping the cause. Right, so let's go Paper Mario. Oh, Paperboy. That was an interesting game when I started working. Used to love Paperboy. I think it was maybe the Commodore 64 where I played it. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I liked Paper Mario a lot, man. I thought it was really good. Right, okay, so I'm seeing Doom 64 there. Let's have a look. We're gonna write some other games down. Doom 64. What else can I see in the chat? Right, Paper Mario 64. Great intro, this. Sniper Mike UK, I like you too, buddy. Guys, I'm going to do like an arcade meetup at some point. So anyone, I know SNK Kev can't come because he's in the USA, but anyone that's like, you know, local to London, pop down there, it'll be nice. I'll bring my kids as well, right? They absolutely love it. Nathan, Ephraim, no problem. DK64 is on that list, my buddy. My boys absolutely loved the arcade yesterday, man. So that was nice now, because that means when they go there and play, it's a safe place. I kind of trust them. Wandering around there and everything, right? They like it, and it means I can go and play Street Fighter as well. Even though I suck at Street Fighter, I got a few wins, but I lost a lot more than I won yesterday. I guess that's only fair. I don't really play a lot anymore, and a lot of guys play competitively. But the UK scene, a lot of very friendly people there. Really nice people there. A big shout out to Jazzarino, man. Really nice guy there. I met a guy called Jazzarino yesterday. Young guy, but you know, a lot of these young guys, like, they're very respectful. I'm not trying to sound like a dinosaur here or anything. Most of them are. So the UK third strike scene, guys, it's amazing. It's absolutely welcoming. You know, back when I used to play, you had some arrogance with some of the older players, and when I see some of those older players there, I can still see some of the arrogance there, and I'm not a fan of it, right? But there are a lot of the younger players. They're just very respectful. They're very nice, and I'm thinking if it was back in the day, they'd probably call me a scrub and insult me for being how bad I am. But they're very respectful, man. Very impressed with the younger lot, right? So we're talking about guys in their early 20s, some of the guys even in like their early 30s, because I'm like 46 years of age. Really nice guys, man. So big props to them, man. Made Free Play City a very welcoming place. It was nice to go to the arcade. Very polite. You know, when they're on the machine and they lose a game, they'll look behind to see if anyone's there. They'll be like, hey, do you want to go? Like, very mellow, man. And they've got 2 third strike machines here, so that's absolutely awesome. Oh, wicked. Colorado Rugaroo, wicked. Right, finally made it to a live. What up from Colorado? Yo, Colorado, how you doing? Wicked. Nice one. Playing Street Fighter 2 first. Oh, wicked. Yeah, I was playing so Nate, I was playing on Saturday. Saturday's where I went there. So Saturday I woke up early, had that double cup of coffee, and done the weekly news video. It took longer than I expected. Then took the boys to KFC. After KFC, went over to go to the arcade, but there was a lot of traffic, man. They've got these things called low traffic neighborhoods where you can't drive through them, you get fined. So it bottlenecks all the traffic into alternative routes, and one of those routes had roadworks on it and the road was closed. So when I say the arcade, if there's no traffic, I can make it there in about 7 minutes, right? Let's say with a little bit of traffic, 10 to 12 minutes. Dude, it took me 45 minutes, you know, maybe even 50 minutes, the best part of an hour to get to the arcade. I was getting frustrated along the way. I don't touch my phone when I drive, but traffic was so slow, I was touching my phone and sending pictures on Discord saying I'm stuck in traffic. Really bad experience. But you know what? Once we got there, it was fine, man. I mean, I'm just really happy that my boys liked it. They completed Rambo. They played Elevator Action, the arcade game. They played Outrun 2. Which is System Link, so both of them are playing on there. They played like a whole bunch of other games as well. Then they played like the Street Fighter stuff. They played Alpha 2, they played Super Turbo. Third Strike they didn't play because there was a lot of people playing that, so they kind of stayed off that. But to them, Street Fighter, you know, if they were to get into it, I'd love that if that was their game, man. But their thing is like Rocket League and Halo Infinite, man. My youngest is a killer at Halo Infinite. He wants to play me so he can completely obliterate me. I know what he wants to do. So I will have to play it. I'll keep avoiding it, but at some point I'll have to play it because the game's free. I've got it, you know, it's downloaded. I've got it on a few of my machines, but he's completely going to destroy me on that, man. Where do we go? Do we go up top again? I love the art style for this game, man. Shall we try? Let's try a couple of filters now. Let's try it because I feel, at least for me, it's going to look better. Hopefully it'll look all right for you as well. Is it video processing? Load presets. So let's do scan lines. Here you go. Hopefully, let me know in the comments below how that's looking for you. But man, this just looks so good for me now. It's just making everything look so nice. It's going to look terrible on YouTube compression, more than likely, especially if you're watching on a smaller device. Like even my OBS screen, when I'm looking at the smaller screen, I can see that it really doesn't look that great. So I will turn it off shortly, but I wanted to have a look at it. Yeah, Halo Infinite is fun, but yeah, you know, I'm actually not too bad at Halo. I do get a few kills. I don't finish top. I really used to like Halo 3. So when I got my Xbox 360, the games that I liked playing online a lot was Gears of War 1, amazing game. Halo 3, that was absolutely brilliant. Loved that game. And as well as that, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first one, really played those. Played like Black Ops as well. So yeah, it was a lot of fun playing those. And like on the Steam Deck and things like that, I've got like Black Ops 2 on the Steam Deck. I'll get murdered on it against the mouse and keyboard guys, but you know what, it reminds me of the older times. And on my handheld PC, I've got like the Halo Master Chief Collection, which you can pick and play Halo 3 multiplayer. Even though I've got it free on Game Pass, I hate Game Pass. I'm not going to renew it after May when it runs out. I'm strictly kind of sticking to Steam and GOG and DRM free games. Is on system. Yeah, it does. You know what, Jinkman? Even PlayStation looks better with scan lines. When I saw Tekken in the arcade yesterday and the way it was running and the way it looked with on a CRT with those natural scan lines, it looked really good. And I remember looking at those graphics and thinking, wow, they look amazing. I still prefer 2D stuff. It's definitely aged better. But PlayStation stuff with scan lines on a CRT doesn't actually look bad. It's just when you look at it on modern LCDs, those 3D graphics look terrible. But yeah, if I was to play this now, this is how I would play it. I would have these scan lines on. Whoever done these on the MiSTer, I can't remember who done all these, who done the scan lines and the shallow mask. It may have even been Kitrinks that done these. So yeah, she's done a really good job. If it was her, if not, whoever done them, I mean, these scan lines are wicked. They look really good. You know, if I put this in a fat box and made it look like I had a fat box CRT. They look very good. At least on the display where I'm seeing them, they look amazing. But through my OBS preview window, they look kind of cack. Okay, let's get into a little fight with him. But this game's wicked, man. Again, a wicked game. All the Paper Marios, the one on the GameCube as well. The one on the GameCube's getting remade, right? The 1000-year-old door, that's getting remade for the Switch. So that's something to pick up physically, right? That's a good game to have in the collection. Yo, my buddy Scandal UK in the house. Spent the weekend trying the arcades at Brighton. No, that sucks. Anytime I go anywhere now, if I go to like a pier or I go somewhere else, man, the arcades aren't what they used to be. It's like when I went to the bowling alley the other day, Scandal, they had Super Street Fighter, not Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but Super Street Fighter 2. And it was on like an emulated cabinet, no screen filters or anything, and it looked watered down. There was so much input lag. The arcade sticks were good though. They weren't the Japanese style one, they were the bat top American style ones, but I was able to pull out all my moves. Like I had no issues playing it. It just felt bad. It was £1 of credit. I put my money in, and you know what, I was waiting for someone to come over that also played Street Fighter and come over for a challenge. But you know what, no one came over for the challenge. I would have played that laggy, washed out Street Fighter if someone else would have played with me just to get that arcade experience. Even yesterday, unfortunately, when I went there, no one played Super Turbo. One guy gave me a charity game. I was speaking to the Third Strike players. When both of us were off, I was like, do you play Super Turbo? I thought I can get a marathon game here. No one's playing here. As long as I've got one person that wants to play it. And he said, no, I don't play it, but I'll give you a game. And he gave me one game out of kindness. you know, and that was that one game, and that's really the only game I had playing against someone, apart from playing against my kids. And my kid really tried to beat me, but I couldn't let my kid win against me, because if I let him win against me, I wouldn't have heard the end of it. He would have told everyone, he would have said, I'm the champion, I'm so much better than you at Street Fighter, yada 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 yada. So I let him down gently, I let the game come close, and then in the end I had to win him. But he was getting some hits in. He picked Ryu, I picked Blanca, and because he was mashing jab a lot, he kept nullifying my ball. So I had to kind of play a little bit smart, you know. You realize how much priority some of those light moves have in Street Fighter against like a lower tier character like Blanca. It will just cut through most of his moves. Okay, hey guys, anyone that's just tuning in, happy Sunday to you. And yeah, Scandal, man, I feel you, man. I remember in the school days, right, going to the arcades or going to the seaside and going to that pier, it was a magical experience. It was somewhere you wanted to go. I remember specifically like having like £5 or something like there only to spend on arcades. It was wicked. Do you remember at the Brighton pier, actually? Was it the Brighton pier or the Bournemouth pier that caught fire a few years ago, and they redone the whole thing? We need to queue up oh man, yeah, you know what, Remember when we used to put your coins on the arcade machine? And it was really weird, because so what a lot of people used to do was, like, if it was 20p or let's say it was 50p a credit, right, in the later times that I remember more recently, but like for example, someone would have like a dirty 1 penny coin that had a distinct mark on it, or someone, so using coins as markers, not necessarily the exact change to play the game, but you would have like, you'd have a dirty 1 pence piece, a dirty 2 pence piece, you'd have, I don't know, your Tesco trolley token or something, just so that was a distinguishing factor, because if everyone just had pound coins in there, you would kind of forget what your pound coin was. So that was really interesting. I always had like a dirty 1p or something that I used to put on the queue to play. It was the Brighton one, yeah, that burnt down, but they redone it. Do you know what I really do like? I really like going to Bournemouth. My wife absolutely loves Bournemouth. But I'm really funny, man. I hate going toilet in like, the thing I hate about going to like seaside and that is going to the toilet. If I need to go for like what I guess could be called the number 2, the big one or something, right? I can't go in those outdoor toilets. They're disgusting. So I will rent a hotel, right? Just so if we're going there for the day, we can sit there, chill, especially when the kids were younger. You know, we were changing nappies, doing all that stuff in there, using the toilet. And I would tell the hotel guy, I said to him, look, we're not staying a night. We're just going to be here for the day. We're going to leave in the evening. You can do whatever you want with the room. I never got a discount for it, but I used to tell him if you get a late entry or someone looking for a late room, they can have it, because we're going to be gone by like what, 8 o'clock or whatever, you know, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Prefer driving when it's light outside. That's just a general rule. You know, obviously I drive in dark when I have to, it's normal, but driving in the daylight is definitely a better experience. I generally hate driving. I hate driving. My sister was saying to me when she come earlier, you know, when you're going to take us for a ride in a new car, said if you need to get from point A to point B and you need me to drive you and your husband can't, I'll drop you there. But I said if you want to go for a ride for fun, I don't drive for fun. I don't like driving. I don't mind racing games though. Out on 2006 Coast to Coast is wicked. Sniper Mike, that's actually quite funny. Was it a stray yoga flame? Who knows, right? Who knows? Arcade Club in Bury, Manchester is the best arcade in the UK. Yeah, a lot of people say that. You know, I've got I don't have any friends in Manchester. I wish if I had one. I've got a friend in Birmingham. And I'd like to go and visit him. It's a guy, it's a UK Chun-Li Street Fighter 2 player, plays Third Strike as well. His name is Kung Fu, really nice guy. And he used to be in London and we met him and he kind of sparked our interest in playing Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo again. But he's moved to Birmingham and I really need to go and see him. I genuinely miss the guy, like he is just a great guy. I miss the guy. And I don't know if there's arcades near there, but if I had like someone to visit in Manchester, and I think my wife's half brother lives in Manchester. I don't know if he's moved from there, and I keep encouraging my wife that look, we'll go to Manchester to see your brother, but we're not going to stay around his house. We're going to hire a hotel in the area, and if she goes and sees her brother, I'll quite happily go to the arcade for a few hours. It'll be amazing to check it out. It does that, like the arcade club just looks wicked. It's something I'd love to see. Yeah, wicked. Yeah, no, you know, if you kind of go off peak and you book way in advance, you can get hotels. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind spending up to £100. The only thing with me, when I go with my family, because I've got 3 kids, it's really annoying. I've got to get 2 hotel rooms because of their fire safety regulations. They can't accommodate more than 4 in one room, so I have to hire 2 rooms. So it costs me double. But if one of the kids wasn't coming, or like my daughter's 15 now, she was like, oh, I don't want to go there, and she stayed around at aunt's or something, and I took the 2 boys, then yeah, then I could. It would save me half the cost, and probably get a lot less nagging around as well. Teenagers. If anyone remembers, did anyone ever watch Scandal UK? You may remember this. Do you remember Harry Enfield and Friends? There was a really good scene in that where Kevin, you know, the little kid, when he turns into a teenager, and that moment in midnight. So I kind of showed that to my 2 sons, and I said, this is what happened when your sister turned 13. She's 15 now, and I said, when she turned into a teenager, this is exactly what happened. So they poke fun at her for that, and it's really, really funny. If anyone hasn't seen it, maybe go onto YouTube, put in Harry Enfield Kevin teenager, and you'll get the moment where he turned into a teenager. It's very, very funny, right? If you've got kids that are teenagers now, and you remember the transformation, you'll definitely find that very, very interesting. I'm supposed to be walking around. I'm just pressing a button like I'm doing something, right, Ma? Sorry, guys. Let me go on to the next game because I'm making it super boring, right? Let's go Doom 64. I'm ending up talking a lot and not doing. Oh, actually, right, guys. So when it comes to Doom 64, there was a recommendation from someone on the channel, and I took it. Right, Doom on the Nintendo 64 is very, very dark. So let's go here. Let's go to hacks, and I've got Doom Ultimate. Here we go. Doom Complete. Is that the one? Yeah, that's got to be the one. This one here, it's made it a lot lighter. Remember, the screen I've got is low latency, but it is a little bit dark. It's not the brightest screen. I will at some point have to upgrade that. Yes, Scandal UK, Kevin and Perry, wicked, man. The movie was decent as well, but the weekly show, Harry Enfield and Chums, was absolutely brilliant. A bit of trivia here for anyone that likes UK comedy. Harry Enfield and he had a guy called Paul Whitehouse in his shows, and the Paul Whitehouse had his own show, the Fast Show, that was very, very popular, and he was in some other stuff as well. He actually met Harry Enfield in a pub, and both the guys got on. They were funny. At least that's what I remember in the story, unless I'm mistaken here or something. But Harry Enfield was a star. He met Paul Whitehouse in a pub, and he liked the guy and thought he was funny, and he kind of made his career, right? That's really good of Harry Enfield. But Harry Enfield was top. I don't know what it's like if you were to watch it now, especially if you're not from the UK. You may not be able to relate to the humor, but I absolutely love it. Even watching repeats of it takes me back to a better time, right? Because we chase these games for nostalgia, which is cool. But then we also like to chase certain movies, like for example, like The Breakfast Club will always, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off will be 2 of my favorite movies, along with like the Star Wars games, the Star Wars movies as well, the original trilogies. There's certain movies out there that you absolutely love certain games. There's also Red Dwarf, Blackadder, some really, really good British comedies, man. I know some guys in the USA like them as well. Here once more game. Yeah, Nate and Ephraim. Yeah, no worries. If you're on the Discord, let me know what your game is, dude. If it's anything retro-y, I'll gladly give it a plug. Or when you're ready to show it, or if it's a commercial game, as long as it fits with the kind of stuff I do, it has a retro vibe to it, or it's something that I would enjoy. I'm quite happy giving it a plug, even if it's not something I'm enjoying. As long as it's not like I don't know, like a hentai game or something. I'm quite happy giving it a plug on like the weekly news show. You know, like I consider a lot of you guys in chat, even though we don't really know each other, you know, we socialize. So when you socialize, you're kind of like on a friendly basis, right? So I consider a lot of you guys friends. I'll speak to a lot of you guys privately on Discord as well. But if your game is ready, give me a shout. Don't be afraid. I'll gladly, if I really like it and you want it shown, I can do a dedicated video on it. That's if I really enjoy the game. If it's not my type of thing, I'm quite happy to feature it on like a weekly video, even if it's just, look, here's a subscriber of the channel. They always support the channel, and I want to support their game. So I'm quite happy to show it off when the time comes. So definitely reach out. Don't feel shy, guys. Like, my door is always open. You know, I try and respond to everything I can. I can't always do it, but I do try and do it. Yeah, John Candy was hilarious, right? right? John Candy, hold on, is that John Candy, Planes, Trains and Automobiles guy, right? That was the guy. Okay, it plays like Ghouls and Ghosts, have vids on the channel. Oh, wicked. All right, cool. Oh, sorry, we have spoke before, haven't we, Nate? Nate, I think you sent me a link to your channel and you said you'll update me. Yeah, no worries. Please update me when there's more progress on that and whatnot. Awesome stuff. But I didn't realize you were making a game. I thought you were covering content on there. I didn't realize it was your actual game that was on there. So awesome stuff, man. Keep me posted. If there's any big developments and you're ready to go out, are you going to be releasing it like via Steam or anything? Or, you know, how are you going to release it? Is it going to be released via like itch.io with a voluntary donation, or you're going to sell it on there? You're going to sell it on Steam? Are you hoping to bring it on console? Like, what's the plan of where you would like that game to go? Ghouls and Ghosts, I like the game, but man, is that a tough game, man. It is a super tough game. It is. I know you can learn the formulas and everything and kind of do well in it, but yeah, man, I find the game tough. Cool, let's have a look. Uncle Buck, yeah, yeah, John Candy's good, man. I like Steve Martin as well. We were talking about it last time, The Jerk. The Jerk's like one of the greatest movies, man. Absolutely love that movie. What a great movie. Prefer it to Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Right, what have we got after Doom 64? Donkey Kong 64. News. Yeah, wicked. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm always interested. If you guys are on a channel and you're working on projects, absolutely love it. Love seeing that stuff. Okay, so what we got? Donkey Kong. Oh no, I'm in a I'm in a hacks folder. That's why I can't find it. Whoops. So let's get to no intro. Let's go down to D. Donkey Kong 64. We definitely don't want the European version. You know what? I want to load the Japanese version, right? Because I really feel like, let me know what you guys think of this, right? But I need to turn the scan lines off though. Let's turn the scan lines off for now, just so for any of you guys watching it on like a smaller screen or something, it's not ruining that experience for you. Yeah, I would say okay. Oh, wicked. Okay, cool. Well, I look forward to that, man. Like I said, my door's always open, dude. And I'm really sorry. Sometimes I might be having a conversation with someone and I might completely forget about it. There's a couple of reasons for that. And one of the reasons is I spent a long time with Mary Jane when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure it's affected my memory. So my memory isn't the greatest. And the second thing is I do speak to a lot of people on different social media platforms, and I end up forgetting stuff. So I apologize in advance for that, because it's not because I'm being arrogant or I'm being an idiot. It is simply like my memory just forgets that stuff. Like I have to document everything. I have to put everything into Google Reminder that I'm doing, you know. Like for example, I said I cleaned like my mum's room earlier with my sister. I've got the bags of rubbish which I'm going to take to my work and offload there, because we've got like the industrial bins down there, and the guy that kind of works down there is a buddy of mine. I gave him a shout, made sure he's working. So I put a reminder on to load those bags, then I put a different reminder on to do this, everything. If Google ever crashes, I'm done for. I am done for. Like I'm all my appointments, everything is in there. And you know, my parents are elderly. My dad lives in another country. My mum's in another country at the moment, but she generally lives here. All their appointments I put into Google, I put into the calendar. So the only way I remember, I'm completely depending on that, because the only way they pop up is when I get an alert saying, you know, you've got to take your mum to this appointment. And if I'm working, then I pass it to my brother or my sister. We're a close family, you know, we help each other out. Family is important to me, man, and it just doesn't mean my offsprings and my wife, it means the generation behind me as well, you know. Yeah, wicked. Thanks for being understanding, Nate. I just kind of say that in advance, because that's likely something that I'll do, especially as more time goes past. Right, so maybe I shouldn't have picked the Japanese version. Hopefully the options aren't in there, because I think there's an option to skip the intros. Okay, you know what, that was a bad move. Okay, let's go and let's download let's load the USA version, because I'm pretty sure there was a game that I found there was a game that I found that you could skip the intro, but you had to go in the options to do it, and someone pointed that out to me. Yeah, Sniper Mike UK, Shadow of the Ninja remake looks wicked. I need to wishlist it, you know, because when I was actually covering it in a news video, I went onto Steam via my web browser, and I'm not always logged in to Steam via my web browser. It logs me out every so often, so I need to go into Steam and actually get it. I wish if I got a promo for that, man. I don't. Sometimes I do get promos for games. It'd be awesome to get one of that, because then I can cover it on the channel, play it for free. I have got this organization that represents a lot of indie developers and publishers, and they always send me emails about games, but I tend not to take too much stuff unless it's something that I really want to cover on the channel, and they've got it. If I get the email, I think the last game that I covered, the only one that I did, was that, you know, that Ray, what was it called? It's that shmup, Ray something, and it's the Raystorm, maybe Raystorm chronology, however you say it. It's like 5 games in one, and I thought, okay, I'll have that, I'll get that for the Switch, and I've done it, and I liked the game, and I wanted to cover it. So hopefully if they get that, we'll do that. I keep notes. Yeah, to be honest, I have to, man. I have to put it in. I just got to go into Google, go into that assistant and say, you know, hey Google, remind me tomorrow afternoon to do this. And I'll do it. Oh, Rainbow Islands on the 24th. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that coming out. Sniper Mike UK. I have to check that one out. I likely hopefully be able to get that one as a freebie. I think, you know, I like Rainbow Islands so much, and it's a remake of it coming out, if I remember correctly. It's like a remastered version. So I love Rainbow Islands. I think that one might that's one of the ones I may have to actually do a stream on, you know, when I do like a modern game one. Not sure how many, you know, views it will get, but you know what, guys, I'm not always okay. So screen size normal, story skip, yeah baby. Awesome. Also, should we make it widescreen as well? Let me have a look at my screen to see. Is that widescreen? Oh, okay, no, you have to change. Okay, no, let's go back to that, because you have to change your screen to widescreen as well. Okay, so okay, normal. Let's go back out. Let's skip the story. Now this seems like a good game, but again, it's a 3D platformer, right? It's always Ratchet and Clank and Maximo. Maybe I need to play Maximo in emulation and do that one too. So, oh, me too. It's the arcade port. Arcade Archive. Okay. I like some of them, but I don't know if I'd want to spend my money on that. Right, let's go banana, because we're all about the top banana today. Wicked. See, this is why I lose track of time while streaming, man. Like 2 hours we're already in. It's definitely not going to exceed 3 hours, but that will be the hard cut off time. But yeah, it might be worth checking that anyway, because some of the Arcade Archive stuff is good. But I have to say one thing: it's not accurate to the arcade. I got the Arcade Archives version of Saint Dragon, but it's the core on the MiSTer FPGA that proper feels like the arcade. So interesting, right, that you can skip it through the options. Yeah, do you know what? Sorry, yeah, it's not. Yeah, like you're saying, it's not a remake. It's a re-release. It's the arcade re-release via Arcade Archives. I really do like the re-releases, and I big this one up every time, right? I absolutely love the Snow Brothers. Snow Brothers is fantastic. The remastered version, man, on the Switch is wicked, and it goes on sale for, like, we're talking like £1.69, like a no-brainer to purchase. It is just absolutely superb. So I'm gonna go a little bit of a confession here. I've got 6 Switches in the house. 3 are OG and 3 are modded. 3 are modded. 1 soft mod, 2 hard modded. So I've got a number of Switches in the house because, yeah, sometimes, I mean, I've got like 4 physical copies of Mario Kart for all of us to get, but some of the games my boys play local, you know, I might only have like, you know, 1 OG copy of it, and yeah, the other one might get dumped for local play. Confession. Hopefully Nintendo aren't going to send the ninjas after me, but I do have them original. I do have them on there. But Hack Switch is really good. RetroArch runs really well on it. NetPlay works wicked on it as well. NetPlay on the Nintendo Switch works really well, especially when I use that Hori left Joy-Con. It just works fantastically well. Okay, do I go here? Do I slap that? I got no idea. Okay, where do we go? So yeah, Sunset Riders is a good game. What does that play like on Arcade Archive? Right, let's load another game and maybe have something with a little bit of an intro. No one said anything. Oh, okay, the Die Hard prototype. Let's have a look at that. Level 2, level 3. Okay, I haven't actually check this one out. Let's put this on. Yeah, I don't, do you know what the thing that I'll do though is, like, for example, I've got one copy of Mario Tennis. So for example, my kid wanted to play it with me, and I got one of my hack switches, and I dumped the cartridge on my hack switch, and I played multiplayer. I mean, I've got no intention of going through and playing the game. I don't think it's something I'll play on the Switch, but I was able to play it. My kid was really happy. He was absolutely battering me at it. But I'll tell you what, when I hear statements from Ubisoft saying you should get comfortable not owning your games, that really annoys me, and I have no sympathy for them, man. Like, literally, like, no, like, none whatsoever. When I hear that they messed it up somewhere, I don't care. There's people that are good with consumers. I'm a big fan of, like, Steam and Gabe Newell. Is it Gabe Newell? How you say the name? I mean, the guy, like, some of the stuff that I've seen him do, like, it's painted him in a positive light, to me at least. So look, guys, this is Die Hard the prototype. First time I'm checking it out. Now, there might be some sketchy stuff with Gabe. I don't know. I generally find him to be a really nice guy. Whatever I've seen of him, I genuinely like about the guy. Okay. So this is level 1. I think there's been an update for this recently. Maybe I should check the update, which maybe play like more like a real game. Okay. Okay, let's load level 2, see what this is like. Who knows, Nintendo ninjas? I don't know, man. I don't know. Nintendo ninjas are hardcore, man. You will own nothing and be happy. Yeah, that's what that is what just kind of gets me. There needs to be some kind of consumer protection law in place where, okay, so this is definitely just a tank demo, but let's go to the penthouse. So there needs to be something in place that if you sell a digital product, then you're bound by something where they have to have access to it. For like, it's got to be something crazy. I know it sounds excessive, but like 100 years or something, like a full lifetime, you've got access to that. So I hate digital purchases, man. I mean, I make them. I don't agree with them. Steam haven't let me down so far. There's nothing that I bought on Steam that I can't access now. Sometimes when trying to play something like, let's say you're trying to play the original Max Payne, right? If you try and play the original Max Payne, it's difficult. It doesn't work on like like some of the modern operating systems. Yippee-ki-yay, man. Okay, machine gun versus hand don't go too well. Let's load the next one while I see what chat is saying. So Michael McCann, it's completely up to you, dude. I've got a 512 SD card and that's good enough for me. I mean, the main thing that's going to take up your space is if you've got PlayStation, Saturn games on there, PC Engine CD-based games, right? But if you've got the whole Nintendo 64, the cartridge-based sets on there, and arcade games, they're not going to take up a lot of space. So if you're like a maximalist, then maybe you want to go for like a 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte hard drive, SSD, whatever you want to go for. Or a lot of people use play games over their network, right? So that's also another option. Okay, we're in here now. Let me get something going that's got a little bit of an intro. Any ideas for a game that's got a good intro? No intro, zip. 1080 snowboarding might do. So it's up to you what you want to go for. I'm okay with 512. Like, I genuinely suck at stuff. Like all the 8 and 16-bit, I've got the full ROM sets, and I like having the full ROM sets there. When it comes to PlayStation, I might have 20 games on there. When it comes to Saturn games, I've probably got like 100 and something games on there, but that's all because I'm testing stuff. If I wasn't doing the YouTube channel and testing the Saturn core, I'd likely only have a handful of games on there. I might have like maybe 20 Saturn games. No, actually I'll have more. I'll have like 30 or 40 because there's a lot of good 2D games on there. But you know what, Michael, it's completely up to you what you kind of want to go for. I'm okay with a 512. On my main micro SD card, I've only filled up like half of it, and then yeah, then you know, I chop and change stuff. Like I put additional stuff on there when I want to add more stuff on there. I'm not afraid to take stuff off either and just chop and change it once in a while. Right, okay, let's have a look at chat because we're on a good topic here about DRM of games. You will own nothing and be happy. Everyone's trying to push a subscription charge, man. I'm trying to negate as many of them as I can. My Game Pass subscription will run out, but I bought that for 3 years. It ended up being £4 a month because I found a deal and I put the max amount 3 years ago on my account. And once that runs out, no more. I mean, I was looking for thumbnails, YouTube thumbnails making software, and I'm quite happy to make a one-off purchase, but everything's like, subscribe for £2 a month, buy it for a year for £12. It's got all this on there. I don't want to get that on there, man. I just want to pay one off. Okay. I've been making back up to full ROM sets. Yeah, no, it's worth it. I've got an external hard drive that I keep everything on, and if I need to go to it, I do. But it takes time organizing all that stuff, like getting it. Like sometimes I've got two main micro SD cards that I use for the MiSTer. They're both 512. One of them has an unstable operating system on there. The other one has a stable one on there. And sometimes when I'm doing something, I'm looking for something and I haven't put it on the unstable one. The stable one is what I try and keep everything on. You know, we're talking Neo Geo, SNES, NES, Master System. I might need to update all of them to no intro ROMs to have all versions on there. And the unstable one, I don't have too much on there. Right, what's Scandal saying? I like GOG's model. GOG's model is fantastic, man. Having no DRMs on there. The only thing is I play a lot of stuff on the Steam Deck and I'm a bit of a sucker. Like, so for example, I had a lot of games on Origin and on the Ubisoft store. Like Titanfall 2 is a great example, but I bought it again on Steam because I can't be bothered. The Steam Deck, trying to put games on there that aren't native to Steam, it's a bit of a pain on the arse, and you have to remember where you install it, go back. I'd rather spend another £4 and just get the game again. I bought like Assassin's Creed Origin, Titanfall 2. I bought some of the games that are available to me on Game Pass, like Shredder's Revenge, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I bought like the Halo stuff. I bought Gears of War. I bought them on Steam just for ease of use. But yeah, if I wasn't using the Steam Deck, GOG's the best way to go. That's the way to buy it, man. Unfortunately, they're never as popular. They'll never be as popular as Steam. Let's have a look. So sorry, SteamOS supported backward. Do you know what? It's just weird. On the PC, some games won't work, and you've got to put in other tweaks for it. I'm not necessarily just talking about the Steam Deck here, Dava. I'm talking about PC in general. Like some games, like before the Steam Deck, I had like the GPD Win 1, the GPD Win 2, GPD Win Max. So I had like a whole bunch of handhelds that I used. So it was messing around trying to get certain games to work on it. But the point is, your backwards compatible stuff is available for you on the PC. You can get it work. You might need to mess around and tweak stuff. Right, Scandal, you can have a 1 terabyte. Oh, Cyber Akuma in the house. Hey, buddy, how you doing? A long time. Always like Mystical Ninja intro. Let's do that then, yeah? Let's do that while we talk. It's Legend of Mystical Ninja, right? Legend. Okay, is it here? Was it? No. Okay, it must be Mystical Ninja on here. Oh, there's a lot of games with him. Oh, I think I just passed it. The Mystical Ninja starring Goldman Europe. No, we want. Okay, here we go. Great game. I do like Mystical Ninja, but Cyber Akuma, good to have you back, bud. Always really appreciated your input in the streams of was it August last year when we were testing out this core. Absolutely brilliant. Do you know what, Scandal UK? I'm waiting for the 1 terabyte cards just to become a little bit cheaper, right? Because at the moment it's still around the £70 mark. I know they'll drop to the £50 mark one day, and I'll grab them. But yeah, the 512 is okay for me now, but I will jump to that 1 terabyte one once they go a little bit cheaper. Nate, Proton Experiment works with, yeah, it does, yeah, definitely. All the games that don't work, once you go experimental, and what is there as well, I always forget because I'm not too used to Linux. There's that Proton QT. There's all this other stuff that you can get, and you can go on like the desktop side, go to the store, download this version which adds like new versions of I can't remember, Proton Experimental. Proton Experimental is the one that Steam, you can just pick from the OS, but then you go on the desktop side, you download like a different version, and it's got like different versions of the experimental one on there, like higher versions. I can't remember what it's called now. I've got Outrun working on there though. Outrun 2 2006 Coast to Coast. Absolutely love playing that on the Steam Deck. Plays so darn well, man. Okay, yeah, so yeah, I may go to a hard disk at some point. I do like the micro SD card and how it's just in there and you can pop it out. The only thing is, if you've got one of those like sandwich stacked cases, it's quite easy to get the micro SD card kind of you missed the hole. You missed the hole in it. It goes down the wrong hole, or it goes down in the case, and you have to disassemble your case and get it out. So what I've got on my main MiSTer, I've got like a micro. It's worth getting one from Amazon. It was like $6.99 or something. I got a micro USB extender. So it goes in a micro USB port, and it's an extension wire that comes out, and you plug your SD card into there. Because I'm always taking it in and out, it's easier to use the extension lead as opposed to trying to put it in the MiSTer, because if it falls down in there, you have to undo your case. Now, it's not super difficult to undo your case. It's very, very easy. It's like a 2-minute job, but you know, you don't want to drop it in there, right? No one likes getting things in the wrong hole, right? Yeah, CyberCrim, I can't see there being much of an advantage using an SSD. Apart from SSDs are relatively cheap now, right? I bought my latest laptop. I think I bought a Gen 4 2280 SSD, 2 terabytes, and it was cheap. It was like £70 maybe. So you know, it is quite cheap. But a 2 terabyte, like a really thin USB Type C external hard drive, I think the last time I bought one was like £35 or something, and I didn't even need it, but because it was USB-C and I like all my stuff on USB-C, I was like, oh, let me just grab that. It's an easy one to keep around. Yeah, so you know what, Michael, go with a hard drive, man. Go with a hard drive. I've never plugged a hard drive on there. It's something fairly simple to do to get it working. But yeah, you should be all right. I mean, there's plenty of people to help. You can always go on the MiSTer FPGA Discord, ask politely and nicely. People will help. But I always suggest reading stuff for yourself, following guides. Try and do stuff yourself. If you hit a dead end and you get stuck, come with specific questions, and people are really, really helpful. In fact, I've met a lot of people that go out of their way to help, and they spend a lot of their time like helping me with stuff and helping others with stuff. So it's a good community. You can head over to my Discord as well. People there with help, but my Discord is really, really small, so it won't have the traffic or the amount of people there. I definitely recommend the MiSTer FPGA Discord and also the FPGA Gaming Discord as well. But for MiSTer specific stuff, there's definitely more traffic on the MiSTer FPGA Discord. FPGA Gaming Discord, there's enough of MiSTer stuff on there, but I would definitely say that's the better one for alternative FPGAs such as like analog. So but either way, it's worth joining both. Good people on both. Oh, is it? Okay. Oh, sorry, I've just seen that the video's out of sync with the audio. I don't know why that is, but let's see another game. Right, we've done Donkey Kong 64. Anyone, if you've got... Oh, Animal Crossing. Yeah, we can go Animal Crossing. But I think Animal Crossing, it's in the hacks. There might be a translation. Here we go. Animal Crossing English. This is a long game, man. I'm hoping you guys are happy with the intro. It'll be one of them long games to play. Vim's Lair is a safe place for ROMs. Okay, I don't really know that one. Yeah, I don't really know Vim's Lair. I know if you guys are in love with a CD and you take your CD out for a romantic meal, I'm not going to say it, but that's usually a good place to find pre-made games ready to go. So you know, if you're romancing a CD, you got a good place, man, and it seems to be a really, really good place. They've got ROM hacks around there as well. So romance your CD. There's nothing like a bit of CD romance. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on archive as well. A lot of stuff on archive. Yeah, there's redumps on there, and hopefully I'll try and get stuff via torrents on archive. Otherwise it's too slow, even though I use something like JDownloader. So if the download discontinues or it doesn't work, it starts working again. So that's kind of JDownloader is a good little app for pulling stuff that you can't get via a torrent on archive.org, like large sets of things. I am still okay. Yeah, sorry man, we're just kind of chatting here, so I wasn't really paying attention to anything there. Yeah, we can do Perfect Dark, dude. We can Marcos, we can do that next, to be honest. So cool. There is even Abandonware. Yeah, there is. I mean, we've got the arcade games on here. Right, here you go, guys. You've got Animal Crossing. Right, I'll never play Animal Crossing again. Right, I mean, if I play it for a video, cool. But as far as playing the game, I can't play it. Right, let me have a sip. So as far as Animal Crossing goes, I played it on a DS. I thought to myself, what am I doing? I know it's relaxing, but I'm playing a game where I'm digging garden weeds, where I can go in my actual garden and dig the weeds myself, right? I can do it all myself. Why am I... Oops, loaded the wrong game here. All right, okay, so I'm meant to do that. No intro. Let's go to Perfect Dark. Here we go. Should be, here we go. Perfect Dark Europe. No, we want Perfect Dark USA. USA, baby. Yeah, no, it will always be. I mean, if you own the game, yeah, Emu Paradise is very, very weird. It's very, very weird. You know, when I've gone on there, yeah, it's got screenshots, it's got everything on there. It doesn't work, but they were hit quite hard, weren't they? I can't remember. Was it Nintendo? Do you know, I'm going to put scan lines on this. Let's run another one with scan lines. So let's go to load preset. Let's go soft this time. Maybe soft's going to look a little bit better by the time it comes through via YouTube. Oh yeah, Org Battle 64. Sorry, someone mentioned that earlier. I completely forgot about that. Let's do Org Battle 64. Okay, let's do a little bit of this game. We've got the scan lines on. This is a great game, man. I kind of wish if I properly played this back in the day. Like, I remember trying it out. I remember looking at it and thinking, wow, this is awesome. Okay, these soft scan lines, it's definitely looking better on my oops, sorry. Continue without using controller pack. We're good with that. Yeah, it's definitely looking better with the softer scan lines on my preview window that I've got for OBS. Okay. Need to start the mission here. Start the mission, Joanna. Ah, here we go. Okay, solo missions. Yeah, this is a great game, man. For anyone out there, the PC version of this, the decompilation and like the PC port, it's really, really good. It's really, really good. You can play it on mouse and keyboard. The visuals are fantastic. It's got an uncapped frame rate. It's actually even got a frame rate of 120 FPS via the online multiplayer, and you can play online multiplayer on that now. I haven't tried it out. It'll be interesting to see how it works, whether it'll be 4-player split screen and you have one of the screens, or it'll be like a system link type of one where we've all got individual screens. What other shooting game has rare? Okay, they've done oh yeah, Robotron 64. I love that game. We can definitely do that. Love Robotron. It was one of the early games to work on there, and you know, I remember a friend of mine that always went on about Robotron and how he loved the game, and playing it a bit, I can see exactly why people like it. Again, this looks so much better with scan lines. It just looks so good. Just for a quick one, let me go into options. Let me just turn the scan lines off and we can see for ourselves, right? So video processing, here we go. Right. Okay, right. I mean, if you have a look at everything here, let me turn them back on. It just looks so much better. I'm turning them on soft and it seemed to come out a little bit better. Look at that. Man, that just looks so darn good, man. Pretty sure I saw a guy down here somewhere. Okay, is he lower down? Maybe he is lower down. Wow. Kind of making my head spin here. Maybe I've been playing for too long. Get out of here, man. Yeah, I really kind of want to play the PC version of this, you know. I think that's the version I'll play. I need to install it on the Steam Deck, man. Just one of those things that I need to do and just play through it. I think there's a... Oh, get out of here, man. There's a CRT near here somewhere. Let's go and have a look at it. CRT monitor. Somewhere out here. Was that it there? Maybe that is it. Oh, okay. No, that's more of a flat screen, right? I'm pretty sure that I saw a CRT around this part somewhere. Maybe it's down here. Okay, let's get into this room and just fail the mission. I'm shooting you in the head. Laters. Alright, cool. What's the next game? Right, Org Battle 64.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
Org Battle person of lordly caliber. Okay, let's check this out. Not too familiar with this. Let's have a look at chat. Okay, Robotron 64. We got that. Huh? Yeah, there's a lot of games I would like to see. Like the Snow Brothers one is fantastic, man. Again, paid for it. Love it. Love the game. An old DOS version of a game. I can't find information on online if it exists. Ah, man, that's sad. Whoever that game was. Hopefully you'll find it one day. Yes, Rogue Squadron, absolutely. One of the best games on the system. All right, what else we got here, Shane? Yeah, so the Retro Tink is $750 plus postage plus customs depending on where you are. So you might likely be playing the best part with $1,000 of it, but it's going to be very, very popular because Linus Tech Tips did a video on that and it's got over 1 million views. So good for Mike Chi, you know, he's got like a whole other market. So all the hardcore enthusiasts that were waiting for it, now a whole bunch of other people that may have had their old consoles have watched Linus's video, have got their old consoles, computers, things that they want to upscale, things that they hold dearly to them. Since Linus has done his video, man, it means getting one is going to be harder than possible. I know Mike Chi put out a tweet saying that the January units he was gonna produce and that were gonna be ready for sale, there's a delay on them because I think they're missing screws for the SCART. There's a particular component that they can't get hold of at the moment, but demand is going to be really, really high for that. I know Mike Chase, he had everything he sold was in the inventory. There was no pre-orders. It was like, I've got it here, first come first served, you buy it, which is a good business practice, but it's very, very popular. He may go based on what I'm seeing, he may go in the direction of pre-orders now, so that could yeah, it could kind of go that way, right? Steam has the stream desynced? I don't know what to do about that. That kind of sucks. So the audio's gone now. Yeah, because okay, somehow just overwrite everything in the floppy. That kind of sucks, guys. I really don't know how to resolve it without stopping the stream and starting it again. I haven't got any option here for putting everything back. That's a bit of a dampener. So that's obviously something that's happened in OBS. So apologies for that. We'll kind of round it up with that. We'll talk some more. We'll do a few more games. I'll try and get through the list now. It's only like there's only 2 more games after this. We've done Org Battle. We've got Robotron and Rogue 64. Maybe Robotron 64 and Rogue Squadron. So maybe we can do it. Shame it's desynced. I've never had that happen before, guys. Never ever had that happen before. I've never had the audio go. I've had it gone in a video where the soundtrack's gone away from the actual vocals when I'm recording stuff, but it's never happened in a live stream. But because I've recorded it, what I was able to do, I was able to mute the video track and then use the video track as an audio track and just line up the volume. It was quite easy to do. I just had to line up the sound effects and it was done. But I can't really do anything with the live stream. That kind of sucks, man. Put a dampener on things. Oh wow, 30 down seconds. Okay, wow, that just sucks, man. Is anyone able to if you go on Google, maybe put in OBS desynced during a live stream? I'm gonna try and go on there because I haven't got Chrome on. So let me quickly have a blast of this, right? I don't think we're gonna be able to play this, so maybe hopefully Robotron 64 will give us some good visuals. So that kind of sucked. I know someone said it earlier, and I wonder if it's. Let me try one thing. It can't possibly be the scan lines, right? Let me turn them off. Am I being punished for doing like video filters? Unlikely. Unlikely. That sucks, man. Really, really sucks that the sound has gone out of sync. Okay, while it runs a video here, let me open a web browser and let me have a look. I'm gonna just search OBS desync via. Oh, okay, I've got to press a button here. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna mash the buttons. Trying to do multitask here, gaming and desync audio on. Yeah, Magnus will do. I'm Magnus on. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, hopefully it'll give me a solution for it. This will be interesting, something to learn here, right? Go to Advanced tab and check that it says device. Okay. Right, so let's go back to OBS. 1 second, guys. Okay, let me get on another game, guys. So we've got All Battle 64, but this is one of the long RPGs. Let me put on Robotron 64, and hopefully it's got a good demo. I want to see if I can sort out this desync. If not, then yeah, we'll kind of call it a wrap. I'm having fun, so I'm quite happy to continue, but let's see. But not at the cost of it. So it says, go to the Advanced tab and check the box that says use device time. So this can help reduce. No, okay, so this is all for stuff. OBS. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at my options in here. But there's nothing here that kind of jumps out. Okay. Let me see, right? No. Yeah, I can't see anything in here that kind of jumps. I'm looking at advanced options. I've got automatically reconnect, but I guess that would have to. I've got an automatically reconnect option turned on, right? But I imagine. Yeah, I've got to. Yeah, it's got to kind of end and then reconnect. Obviously, I can manually stop it, but that will stop it. I haven't got a way just to kind of lose stream for a second. There's nothing there, guys. All right, let's do a couple more games. Let's finish up with this, and we're going to do Robotron, and we're going to finish up on Star Wars Rogue Squadron. And I mean, the stream's been going for 2.5 hours anyway. Okay, this is actually a banging intro. Don't know. So the time I said the banging intro when there was someone playing an arcade machine there, right? So this is one of the early games that worked. Marcos, the sound's gone out of sync, my buddy. So Rogue Squadron is going to be okay. You know what? We'll do RE2 and we'll finish on that, right? We'll finish on RE2. Doubled instant as they became cheap. Wicked. Okay. This is a wicked game. Controls like a dream. Absolutely brilliant controls. What a game. Hopefully we'll get an update from Pramod, right? Where his Midway core. Hopefully it'll be supporting sound. I've seen tweets where they're indicating that they're going to have an update for the core with sound. You know, it's what happens when you have speakers on there, right? Let's rescue these folk. So that'll be interesting to get some sound there. Oh, yeah, this is a good game, man. Really, really good. Really, really playable. Great control screen, man. Control scheme just lets you shoot with the 4C buttons, man. This is where the N64. This is a game I would say the N64 controller is made for. It just does it really, really well. Talking about, I might actually pick up Geometry Wars for Steam. Okay, Lost a Life. Let's go Rogue Squadron, Resident Evil 2, and maybe we'll just call that a wrap. It's just a shame that. That we've it's gone out of sync. Really, really bad. Rogue Squadron, where's the USA version? There we go. Yeah, right, okay. Let's look at chat review. Guys, I take it it's still out of sync here. I don't think, I think once it goes out of sync, I don't know how it would go back or how it would auto-correct itself. Nice. What's a game? Oh man, I haven't got anything saved. Okay, hopefully no copyright strikes here. Just gotta turn it down a tad, right? We gotta watch this part. We can't skip it. I've turned it right down. Even though I've never ever received a warning for the soundtrack when doing this. Just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna run it down until it goes back into game. Just this beginning part. Epic soundtrack though. You guys are missing it. I'm hearing it though. It sounds darn good, man. Come on, come on. Hey guys, I hope everyone is having a good Sunday afternoon, morning, evening for me. It's 7:30 over here, and I really want this Star Wars thing to I just want it to pass so we can get into game, right? We can ambush on Mos Eisley. Yeah, no, that makes sense, Cyber Akuma. Someone said it before. They were like, oh no, get ready for a copyright strike, but I never got one. I never got flagged. It never got demonetized. Yeah, oh, Scandal, you're too much like me. Yeah, I remember going out to clubbing to genres of music I did not like, and I used to just match the beat to something I did like in my head and go on there. People call me crazy, right? But there's definitely more than one of us. Good to know. Right, here we go. This part should be all right. The version of this on Steam is really good as well, man. The Rogue Squadron 3D. I think it's pretty much this game. I don't play it so much, but it's good to have on there. I should actually go through and play it. I remember completing the first one on the GameCube was one of my greatest gaming achievements, man. Absolutely loved it, man. Hello, Pops.
I think we've got a problem. Is that my imagination, or are those Imperial probe droids dead ahead? They're attacking those?
Remember, you have to do a mission to unlock the homing missiles. Shot some innocents there, bad of me. And some more here. Was that some sand folk? Great game, guys. One of the best Star Wars games ever made. I really wish, right, they brought back Rogue Squadron. You know, I was hoping they brought it out for the Switch. I just so hoping, right? We had one for I think the last ones were on the GameCube. You know, forget any other Star Wars games. This is among the best Star Wars games that you can get. And I was so hoping that we got one. Oh, that's missile, right? Yeah, I was just so hoping we ended up getting one for the Switch. We never did, which kind of sucked, right? Just really wanted like a new Rogue Squadron, just a new Star Wars. I mean, we got, what's that one we've got? Star Wars, what's the EA one? I've got it. Star Wars, what was it called? I completely forgot now. Where it's the you know, it's got a full VR mode as well. You can play the game fully in VR. Squadrons, that's it. Star Wars Squadrons. I've got that. It's decent, but it doesn't captivate. It just doesn't. It doesn't grab you the way the Rogue Squadron games do. You know, this one and the one on the GameCube. What an awesome game. I remember when I got this to work on the core, it was just something I always tried because I love the game so much. So whenever Robert put out an update, I was like, I got to try it. And it never worked. And then one day it just worked. I was like, wow, Rogue Squadron is working. I've probably got a video on the channel somewhere. You know those times where I genuinely get excited. You know, there's some games like I'll play, I won't get too excited about them. But yeah, this one I was very, very excited about, man. Okay, let's load up Resident Evil 2. And guys, I take it the sound's still out of sync here, so that's kind of killed the stream. But at least they didn't do it at the beginning of the stream, right? It done it near the end of the stream, so yeah, not too bad. It could have been a lot worse. So let's go Resident Evil 2. This was a rare game on the system, man. It was an expensive game on the system as well. I think it must be worth money as well. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Rogue Leader. Yeah, the next one in line. Remember the last mission where you go inside the Death Star with the Millennium Falcon, man? That was wicked. Yo, Dimitri in the house. How you doing, buddy? This is N64. Yeah, man. It was crazy looking. Factor 5 done a superb job, right? Is this loading? Is it taking a bit of time? I know Resident Evil 2 has worked. It's definitely worked before. I've got it to work. I've got into the game. I've played it, but it hasn't on this occasion. Let's give it a reset for good measure to maybe try. Okay, expansion pack detected. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Cool. So the Saturn core, in order to get stuff to work, you've got to reset stuff quite a bit. So something it will take you back to like the main kind of OS menu and everything, and then you do a reset and everything just works. Yeah, this is yeah, absolutely, and it's a great game. I mean, I finished the remake last year, man, and that's one of the best. I mean, I finished the remake for 2 and 3. I need to kind of get into 4 again and play it, but yeah, man, the remake, it's one of the best games. Let's go clear this time. Yeah, we'll go violence low. Blood color, yeah, we'll have it blue. Why not? Keep it family friendly, guys. Yeah, the Resident Evil 2 remake is just fantastic, man. What a great game. I mean, I really want them to remake Dino Crisis, more Dino Crisis 2 than 1, but the Dino Crisis 2 franchise. I'm glad Silent Hill 2 is being remade, but Onimusha is, I think, a game that needs to come back as well. Parasite Eve 2 was another great game like this. Galerians was okay. I never kind of got into it back in the day. I did play it. I did kind of like it, but like these are my favorite type of 3D games. I like the formula. I like going around, shooting a bit, going around looking for stuff, backtracking. It's not a Metroidvania, obviously, but I like this kind of adventure formula. The Onimusha, the Resident Evil, definitely prefer these type of games. I think they're fantastic. But yeah, Resident Evil 2, definitely a technical achievement. But guys, you know what, we'll get into game, and I'm going to kind of wrap things up for this stream. Do appreciate everyone stopping by. It's been a great stream. Big shout out to Robert. Big shout out to Mark Kun as well, man. Mark Kun's an awesome guy that helps out with some of the stuff with this core as well. So Mark Kun, Robert Pape, as well as Paulb-nl, Vampire, anyone else that's involved in helping testing. Insane friend over on Discord that actually goes through the games quickly, finds bugs. There's a lot of community, there's a lot of good people in the community that help, and a big shout out to each and every one of you. Big shout out to RGW Panda as well. She does a lot of streaming of this stuff as well over on Twitch. She had some really good streams. Usually if she streams while I'm at work, I go on my work PC while I'm not logged in, and I watch some of the stuff to see what's going on. Hugely entertaining. Also a huge shout out to Raheem Masters, man, good friend of mine that does a lot of Call of Duty stuff. Very good at Call of Duty. Wicked. Yeah, no, nice one, guys. So we've got Resident Evil. It looks kind of dark, everything's out of sync, but it didn't really ruin the stream, right? Because we did get, well, how much are we in now? Wow, 2 hours and 41 minutes. It's been a long stream. I should go and maybe grab a cup of tea or something and get some liquids in, and get some of that, you know, not get dehydrated. But let's have a look here. The zombie's there. He's like, yep, chompy, chomp. We'll get in there.
Hello.
Right. Spooky.
Look, I'm sorry I bothered you, okay? Just don't come any closer. Are you listening?
Duck. Awesome. Wicked intro for this game, man. Remember seeing this on like the PS2. Wicked game.
Wait, don't shoot.
Again, yeah, the remake for this, wicked game. I need to finish 4, man. I stopped playing it. I was like 3/4 of the way through. Now if I go back to it, I'll have to start it again. It's yeah, great game. Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 was probably my favorite Resident Evil. It got everything right. I did like Resident Evil 3 as well. I know a lot of people didn't. I like the original, I like the remake. Really liked the game. But I guess it was too different from the survival of Resident Evil 1 and 2 for true fans not to like it. I just like the game. Let's get into it. Okay, cool. Again, so darn good. No! Okay, she's gonna get chopped up. Let's run away. Oh no! Oh, this game was legit scarier. Oh, it crashed. Okay, guys, that's a wrap then. Sound out of sync. Game has crashed. I didn't realize this crashed. I thought you could actually play quite a bit through it. But awesome stuff, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Great stream. Thanks everyone that dropped by. Wicked. I'll see you guys around. Have a great Sunday. Have a great week at work as well for those of you that are going to work on Monday. Take care of yourself. Take care of